With some fresh faces on the field and a 2-game homestand ahead, the Rowdies look to climb back up the USL standings. 3 points tonight against Indy is the first step to propel Tampa Bay back towards the top of the table. It's the Rowdies versus Indy 11 tonight in St. Petersburg, and your live Rowdies pregame show starts right now. Fans already out in force at Al Lang Stadium as the Rowdies return home here for a match against the Indy 11. Hello, everyone, and welcome to your Rowdies pregame show live on This TV Tampa Bay. Heather Donnelly back here with you on the concourse of Al Lang Stadium in downtown St. Pete, getting you ready for tonight's match as the Rowdies are set to host the Indy 11. I'm joined here at the desk by Lyndon Blake, and we'll check in with play-by-play man Drew Felios and color commentator Eddie Rodriguez in just a little bit. Lyndon, it's a big one for the Rowdies tonight. They really need these 3 points.
They really do need these 3 points to start the back-to-back homestand off with a win. It's been a season here, but hopefully we can get it back on track tonight here at Al Lang.
Absolutely. Well, the Rowdies announced tonight's starting 11 a little while ago, so here's how Tampa Bay will line up against Indy. Head coach Neil Collins has them in a 4-3-3, and the newest Rowdy, Pape Diakite, slots in there at center back on the back line. Now some news and notes from this past week.
Yes, we've had quite the season around the league. The USL just surpassed 1.5 million for attendance this season. That's great news there. But on some not so great news, our record breaker, Georgi Hristov, is on yellow card watch. One more caution and he'll be suspended for the Rowdies' next match. And some new Rowdies hit the pitch for the first time against FC Cincinnati, Kwadwo Poku, and Kyle Porter. He's back here in the green and gold.
And speaking of Kyle Porter, he's one of a few recent new signings for the club. The Rowdies announced last Friday that the defender would be rejoining the team after spending the 2017 season here in Tampa Bay. Porter joins the Rowdies after spending the first half of the 2018 season with Ottawa Fury FC. Fans will recognize the Canadian defender from the 11 appearances he made in green and gold last season, with 1 goal scored in U.S. Open Cup play. He got the start last weekend in Cincinnati, playing the full 90 minutes. And Lyndon, he's not the only new signing for the Rowdies.
No, he is not. It's time to meet Pape Diakite. The new defender is originally from Senegal, but comes to the Rowdies from Thailand, where he played for Police Taro. But he's played in the States before in 2016 and in 2017. He played for FC Edmonton in the NASL.
Yeah, and there's a look at Diakite, the defender from Senegal, playing for FC Edmonton in 2016 and 2017. And one of the reasons for all these new signings is the injuries that have just plagued the Rowdies this season.
They sure have, Heather. We still have David Najum, Kyle Karinga, Zach Portillos, and Lance Roseboom all still out with their lower bodily injuries. Hopefully we'll have some of them back on the pitch here soon.
Absolutely. Well, earlier tonight, Drew Felios caught up with Rowdies head coach Neil Collins. Let's hear what the man in charge had to say ahead of tonight's match.
All right, Coach Collins, tonight the Rowdies hope to get back on the winning track. Tell us what has training been like all week long.
Yeah, it's been excellent. It's been very competitive, as you'd expect. People are playing for places, new signings, and that always puts a fire under some people, you know, in terms of the competition side of things. So I love it, and let's hope we see it out here tonight.
4 different players made their debuts against Cincinnati. I know that has made things very difficult. Is it meshing right now? How long is it going to take for everybody to be on the same page?
Hopefully sooner rather than later. I mean, you've got to think that we've had four debutants last week. We've got one tonight. It's not the situation that we wanted at this stage in the season, but it's the hand we've been dealt. I hope that the lads settle in quickly and get their legs under them. But I know they will, and once they do, we'll see some good players. It's up to the lads that have been playing all year long to try and help them out tonight, and we've got experience in there to do that.
Indy 11, very good on the road. What's the big key in tonight's match?
The key is to try and concentrate on our own performance at home. You know, we know their strengths. They've got really good bombing on attacking fullbacks. They've got good experience. You know, but it's always about us. Can we go and attack them, and then on the other hand, deal with counter attacks, defend well. If we do that, I think we'll have a good chance.
Go get one tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Good stuff there from Coach Collins. And now let's hear from Kwadwo Poku and Max Lakawecki, who spoke this week about the importance of bouncing back tonight at home against Indy.
we're coming home this weekend, and I think we need to get a result, at least playing home, for the fans and for everybody, because I know that is not how we wanted it, to lose a game against especially Cincy. But you know what? It's a game. It happens. We just have to bounce back. We just have to put that one outside and, trying to respond this coming home game.
When we're playing at home, we're not so much worried about who it is that's coming into play. A lot of good teams come and play here, and we always seem to play really well when we're at home. But the most important thing is getting a result. And right now, after 2 straight losses, it's something that's really important to us to maybe get a win streak started.
It's not over yet, and we have an ambition here just to get a bounce back and get in the playoffs, and we'll take it from there. So I know we're working hard, the coaching staff, the guys, everybody. We know that wasn't the position we have to be right now, so we're working hard to bounce back.
Well, you heard Neil Collins say it just there. These new signings have kind of lit a fire under the Rowdies, fighting for positions there, and that might be just what the Rowdies need to turn it around this season.
Yeah, I think a cool point is even Junior Flemings, who has been with us all season, pointed out that it is right here is the time they need to come together and kind of make a difference. He's very confident in those new signings, Heather, that have come on here with the Tampa Bay Rowdies, that they can really come in, step up, and hopefully get 3 points back on the board here at Al Lang Stadium.
Definitely. Well, it was a tough one for Tampa Bay last weekend, taking on the top team in the Eastern Conference. When we come back, Drew and Eddie will break down last Saturday's showdown in Cincinnati. Stay with us.
This is St. Pete Clearwater, home to Clearwater Beach, the #1 beach in the U.S. as chosen by travelers on TripAdvisor. It's not just white sand and Gulf breezes. Beach is an attitude. It's the vibe of whatever brings you joy. Experience the American tropics on Florida's Gulf Coast. Visit stpclearwater.com. Love the beach.
Welcome back to our Rowdies pregame show live on This TV Tampa Bay. The Rowdies and Indy 11 warming up ahead of tonight's match here at Al Lang Stadium. And now we welcome in Drew Felios, who's up in the booth getting ready to call tonight's game. Drew, take us through last Saturday's match. A tough night for the Rowdies in Cincinnati.
Out playing Cincinnati, when you know you go to Nippert Stadium, you're going to play in front of a packed house before they make the move to the MLS. So it was a great experience for the Tampa Bay Rowdies last week. As we go back to the site, head coach Neil Collins trying to get a big win on the road. 31st minute, Corbin Bone attacks left, then cuts right, shoots, and there's Cody Mizell back in the net for Tampa Bay making a big stop. Then it's Junior Flemings, an electric run here, weaving in and out, gets the shot off, but Evan Newton there to deny him. He was feisty in net for Cincy. Second half, Blake Smith dumps it off for Bone. Bone delivers. Emmanuel Ledesma will head it home right there, and it's the first goal of the match, 1-0 FC Cincinnati. Tremendous goal there, not much Mizell could do. So Cincinnati pumped up and on the attack again. Bones, beautiful touch. Inside here, watch this. He'll hit the crossbar. How does that not go in? So the Rowdies do get a break, but they were unable to capitalize. Watch this, 84th minute, Cincinnati counters. Emery Welshman to Danny Koenig, who will seal it for the hosts. FC Cincinnati, they are legitimate. 2-0, the final score as they beat the Tampa Bay Rowdies. So the Rowdies at home tonight trying to regroup as I'm joined by my partner, former MLS star Eddie Rodriguez. Eddie, what did you take from that match?
Well, Drew, it's one of those situations where you have to stay with your player defensively. You saw both goals. It was one of those situations where you leave your player open, and just like that, Cincinnati was able to open that space, and before you know it, it was one. Before you know it's two, you're playing away, and the complicated the match. They wouldn't be able to come back after that, so you got to stay your player defensively no matter what.
So we talk about offense coming together to score goals. You also have to come together to keep goals from happening as well, don't you?
Absolutely. You know, goalkeeping has been huge. You know, Cody Micel, he's back in net for the Rowdies, so that's huge for us here at home, especially because he's been doing a tremendous job, and he did have a great game against Cincinnati as well.
All right, we'll have more on this match coming up a little bit later. Heather, welcome back. Great to see you.
Thanks, Drew. And with that loss to the Rowdies, the Rowdies fall to 12th place in the Eastern Conference standings, but still a lot of time left to jump back into playoff position.
Yeah, Heather, you're right. We are in week 19 of the 31-week season, so tonight and next week's match against New York are crucial. Both teams sit within 6 points of the Rowdies.
Well, to play their best on the field, the Rowdies need to stay in top shape, which includes eating a healthy diet full of fruits and veggies. So we asked the Rowdies to tell us what is their favorite vegetable. Take a look.
Favorite vegetable, no doubt, sauteed spinach.
Iowa, from Iowa, so corn. You gotta go corn. That's it, that's the right answer, corn.
My favorite vegetable is an avocado count as a vegetable or a fruit?
Cucumber, for sure.
Cucumbers. I've been really into cooking Brussels sprouts lately.
Nice little sauteed Brussels sprouts with sometimes put a little bacon in there. It's very good.
Broccoli. I ate a lot of broccoli.
You know what? I'm gonna say beets. Beets have been pretty interesting in my diet recently.
Favorite vegetable? Well, I try to eat mostly vegan, so I like to try all different types of vegetables. I guess red peppers would be my favorite vegetable.
I really enjoy eating carrot. I'm not a rabbit though, but
Broccoli is a go-to, I guess, if you had to pick one.
Vegetable, just all greens, you know, all salads basically.
Gotta go broccoli, powerhouse. Yeah, gotta go broccoli.
I don't eat a lot of vegetables, but broccoli, I guess.
From Scotland. You ask any of the boys, I'm not much of a vegetable man.
Well, Lyndon, I think I agree with Cody Mizell on that one. Brussels sprouts are the way to go with bacon, although I think that takes away from the healthy aspect of it.
Yeah, that kind of defeats the purpose, but it's still really good food. I don't really like vegetables, but I'm trying to eat more kale. More kale, superfood. My skin's glowing right now because of the humidity, but I want it to glow because I'm eating my veggies.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, Georgi Hristov is in his 6th season with the Rowdies, and he's had many, if not more, different looks during that time. When we come back, we take a trip down memory lane with Georgi's hairstyles. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and Chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business, always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, She had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Bay Care's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
Welcome back to our Rowdies pregame show. Some face painting going on out in the parking lot. Always a good time for kids and adults here at Al Lang Stadium. Georgi Hristov recently became the Rowdies' all-time appearance leader, and throughout the years, his look has changed many times. Lyndon, you recently sat down with Georgi and some of his teammates to talk hair. That was probably a pretty fun topic.
It was a great topic. All eyes have been on Georgi the past couple of weeks with his record-breaking performance against Toronto FC2, but that's not all he's known for. The man has had quite a few hairstyles over the years, and his teammates and coach weigh in and see what they think about him. Let's take a look.
I've done everything, basically. Like, literally everything. Wow.
Looking like Thomas Rozicki's twin there.
Looks like he hasn't been able to get a haircut for a year because he's been kept in solitary for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I really can say that is appropriate. You know, but
Everyone's had bad moments.
Yeah, not happy with that, mate. Not happy with that. No, actually, it's all right. It's not too bad. It's okay. No, actually, I don't really like it, mate, to be honest.
I love rock music, as you can see here. This was a very good year for me, by the way. Probably my strongest year in my career. Definitely my strongest year in Bulgaria. I became a goal scorer in the country that year. Frank Lampard, Joko, and myself.
This is way back in 2005. He looks like Eminem with the all blonde hair, bleached blonde hair.
I don't know. I just decided I went back home in off season, and I just decided, I don't know. That's how it happens with me sometimes. I was gonna cut it before I came back for the season, but I just left it, and that's what happened. Actually, that's the aftermath.
This one looked like a skunk. Looks like it got the skunk going on in the middle. I like it though. I mess with it. He got the Odell going with the blonde streaks in it.
Here it does look a little bit like a skunk, but I think he's gone from here to here, and he's in the process of going from here, from this to this. Yeah, looking good, Georgi. Happy with that one.
I've definitely have some bad ones, you know, like everyone. Some disappointments. I also have good ones. I'm happy with that too. I like mine right now. Yeah, I put it everywhere. I put it back all the way. I put everywhere stuff, and I just put it forward, like that, and just stay.
If I had to choose one picture of Georgi in his years, I would choose this one. I like when the boys, when they got long hair, they could be like this.
Like this one, you know, might surprise a few. The blonde all over.
That was my favourite Georgi haircut. That one.
Defo bring this back. Defo bring this back.
I might put the Rowdies one day, you know, we never know. Or do it green for the playoffs.
I kind of like the skunk mohawk look. If anyone can pull that off, it's Georgi. Which one's your favorite?
I think I'm going to go with the flow, like they said. I think it'd be cool if he brought it back, scored some more goals, got to shake it. But all I'm saying is I don't want Leon or Tam to see any pictures of me from back in the day.
Yeah, they had some good commentary. Love it. Well, while looking back at old photos of Georgi's hair, look what we stumbled upon on the Rowdies Facebook page. A little throwback of our very own Drew Felios. Drew, this was 6 years ago, but you don't look all that different. Al Lang looks a little bit different there in the background.
Going to the pictures, whipping them out. Yeah, right there, that's Jeff Attinella that was in the red jersey. Of course, the former Countryside star, played with the Rowdies, now with the Portland Timbers. Couple weeks after that, Rowdies would go on to win the Soccer Bowl in the NASL. So that was a great time. And I think it was interesting, Lyndon said when she saw the pictures, hey, what's that baseball clay behind? No, this was a baseball stadium. Looks much more like a soccer pitch now, guys.
Yes, much improved, Drew. Well, for features, interviews, and photos, even ones of Drew from 2012, be sure to follow the Rowdies on all their different social media platforms. You can follow on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram, so you don't miss out on any Rowdies updates throughout the week. Head over to rowdysoccer.com for more information on how to follow.
Now for a quick weather update. It's hot outside. It's around 86 degrees. It's really humid. Hopefully the rain stays away. There is a slight chance, 41%, but we've been pretty fortunate besides one game this season. Hopefully it stays away.
Yeah, absolutely. A humid one tonight. Well, kickoff is coming up quickly, so when we come back, we'll take an inside look at Indy and preview tonight's match. Stick around.
Life, it's not measured by the breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Life is the unlimited possibilities all around us. It's the interesting people we meet, the epic places we see, the incredible memories we create. Life is always going on. All you have to do is choose to live it. Full of life. Mohegan Sun.
It's time to celebrate and save at Ashley Home Store's anniversary sale. Save 35% on furniture and mattresses. Or get 72 months no interest on new styles to celebrate your home. Going on now at America's #1 furniture and mattress store. Hurry in and save at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business. Always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Welcome back to our Rowdies pregame show live on This TV Tampa Bay. Kickoff just around the corner here in downtown St. Pete. Tonight, the Rowdies take on the Indy 11, and though it'll be their first matchup in the USL, these two teams know each other well from their days in the NASL.
Yeah, and Heather, they're having a great year, and like you said, it's only their first year in the USL. They're 8-6-4 with 23 goals this season, and Wayne Fawn Williams has 7 clean sheets. They're led by head coach Martin Rene, and our Rowdies will match up against their former teammates Brad Russin and Juan Guerra, both with Indy this year. And it is a great year for them, Russin and the entire team. They have 42 clearances, so it's going to be tough to get one past him and get it in the net.
Yeah, I'm sure both of those guys are excited to be back here at Al Lang Stadium. Now let's revisit the Eastern Conference standings, taking a look at where Indy stands. The 11 are in 6th place with just 6 points separating them and the Rowdies, so picking up 3 points in tonight's match is crucial for Tampa Bay. Earlier tonight, Drew Felios chatted with Indy head coach Martin Rene. Let's take a listen.
Coach, your team has been outstanding this season on the road. Why would you say the team has been so focused away from home?
Yeah, I think we're just developing as a team overall. I think we can always improve and always get better. But on the road, we've shown good concentration, and usually we've been playing on grass, which has suited us, and we've done quite well in those surfaces, and we're hoping to do that again tonight.
8 wins, first year in the USL. It's gone pretty well in your first year in a new league, isn't it?
Yeah, we're only halfway through the season, so we think we can improve, and we really want to make sure we do that. But in the first half, I think we've made a solid start. We've got a lot to work on, but we're doing that, and hopefully we'll see the results in the second half of the season.
Had a chance to look at some of your star players, guys like Ayose and Sterikov. What's the biggest thing, the best thing that your team has working for you coming in here to hostile environments tonight?
I think for us, we're just getting used to playing together with each other, and it's a lot of new players, new coaches, and we're just getting, on track now. I think we're improving week by week, and as long as we keep improving, we're always going to have a good chance.
Coach Rennie, thank you so much. Best of luck.
All right, thank you.
Good stuff there from Drew and Coach Rennie. And now we'll send it up to Drew joining us live in the broadcast booth. Drew, it's a very solid Indy 11 team that the Rowdies are going up against tonight.
Yes, it certainly is, and defense is certainly going to be at a premium for the Rowdies to get this 3 points tonight here at home. And for Tampa Bay, in that Cincinnati match, they were excited to welcome Cody Mizell back to the starting lineup. I thought he played really well also.
He did. He had a couple of great saves, and, Cody brings consistency to the defensive side. And, he's one of those goalkeepers that when you're playing defense for him, he brings everything you want as a center back, as a fullback, somebody behind you that no matter what, he's going to keep you in the game.
All right, we have heard so much about Poku and what he brings to the pitch for the Rowdies. We have not really seen it take full effect thus far, though. Will tonight be the night?
I tell you, Drew, I had a chance to call some of his games last year in Miami, and the guy's dynamic. He's great. He's got everything. He's a big man in the middle. He's got speed. He's got the ability to score a ton of goals he did last year. I'm expecting him to score a lot of goals.
Also, guys like Stefano Bonomo and also Georgi Hristov. Don't forget about him. Remember a couple matches ago here at home, he set the all-time record for goals for the Tampa Bay Rowdies with 58. How long is it going to take for everything to mesh here, Eddie?
It usually takes 3 to 5 games, practices, but I think these guys are going forward. I like what Neil Collins is doing. He's bringing the mentality of let's go forward, let's score some goals. He's bringing all those players to go forward, and I think they're going to put it together on the pitch.
All right, Tampa Bay Rowdies hosting Indy 11. It's all coming up in just a few minutes, Heather.
Thank you, guys. And I agree with Eddie. This is a good time for the Rowdies to just put it all together on the pitch. We talked with head coach Neil Collins today, and he said, it's been tough. This is his 10th game now as head coach, and he's had to deal with a lot of adversity, injuries, just different things that you don't want to have to deal with. But a 2-game homestand here at Al Lang Stadium, perfect time to turn it around.
Yes, it will be a perfect time. Something interesting about this matchup tonight, I don't know how often this happens in soccer, but one of our Rowdies players will be playing against his landlord. Tam McAndrew will be playing against Juan Guerra, and he's actually renting from him from his time at the Rowdies. So how often does that happen?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Good stuff there. Well, we'll get to see a lot of new Rowdies playing tonight. Pape Diakite making his debut here at Al Lang Stadium tonight.
Yeah, it'll be nice to have him in the lineup. It'll be interesting to see how this team comes together in this match. I know they're still working out the ins and outs of playing with new teammates because it is a difficult thing to do. You have to be very fluid in soccer, so maybe they get it done.
All right, well, that wraps up our pregame show. Thanks for watching. Rowdies versus the Indy 11 is up next.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
St. Pete Clearwater, home to 35 miles of white sand bliss. But it's more than emerald surf and Gulf breezes. The beach is an attitude. It's the vibe of life, nature, art, music, or whatever brings you joy. Experience the American tropics on Florida's Gulf Coast.
After a setback in Cincinnati, the Rowdies return home. Still gelling, still improving. Hosting Indy 11, coming up next. Warm summer Saturday nights, and no better place to be than Al Lang Stadium. Tonight, the Rowdies host Indy 11 to begin a two-game homestand. Welcome inside the booth, everyone. Great to have you with us. Drew Felios with former MLS star Eddie Rodriguez. The Rowdies look to get back on a winning track tonight to start off a two-game homestand. And let's talk about that Indy 11 game, the last matchup for the Rowdies. 4 different players were making their Rowdies debuts. What has to happen for this unit to have success?
That's right, Drew. With any team, with any new players, you got to have that chemistry. You got to start building that chemistry in practice and the games. The more these guys play together, the more they're going to gel, and it's going to start showing on the pitch.
All right, Indy 11 comes in tonight, a team that is very good on the road. They've only lost 2 road games this season, and they are led by a player by the name of Eugene Starikoff. Right now, he is playing really well. He had a goal in the last outing for Indy.
Yeah, especially against Charleston, and Charleston's got a great defense. You see how he goes through the whole entire defense. Cheeky little flick right there. Goalkeeper comes out, and he beats the whole offside trap. You see how Charleston was playing that offside trap. He's got speed. He's got the ability to score goals. He played last year for the Cosmos. He scored a ton of goals for them.
For the Rowdies, Stefano Bonomo, acquired in early July. We're waiting for him to break out. Is tonight the night?
It might be. He's one of those true number 9s. He's a big body in the box. He knows how to turn. He's got the ability to score goals. He's a true number 9, a true goal scorer. I can't wait for these guys to start putting the ball in the back of the net.
Well, Bonomo was tremendous in his first outing for the Rowdies against Toronto. Did not score, but was a threat on several occasions. And tonight, the 2 California boys going head-to-head, Bonomo and Starikoff. Should be fun. The Rowdies taking on Indy 11. It is warm tonight here at Al Lang Stadium, and hopefully the Rowdies' offense can heat up. We've got the kickoff from downtown St. Pete. It's coming up next.
This is St. Pete Clearwater, home to Clearwater Beach, the #1 beach in the U.S. as chosen by travelers on TripAdvisor. It's not just white sand and Gulf breezes. Beach is an attitude. It's the vibe of whatever brings you joy. Experience the American tropics on Florida's Gulf Coast. Visit stpclearwater.com. Love the beach.
Life, it's not measured by the breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Life is the unlimited possibilities all around us. It's the interesting people we meet, the epic places we see, the incredible memories we create. Life is always going on. All you have to do is choose to live it.
Tampa Bay Rowdies hosting Indy 11 here at Al Lang Stadium. Rowdies are ready, and we hope you're ready. Let's take a look at our formations brought to you by Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. For the visitors, talked about Eugene Starikov, the forward. Also keep an eye on Ayose Garcia, the defender. 4 goals, 5 assists to his credit. And for Tampa Bay, keep an eye on the middle with Poku, number 88, and Bonomo. If these two guys can connect, the Rowdies have the potential to be lethal. Again, the formation sponsored by Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Let's send it down to the pitch for Heather Donnelly. Hey, Heather.
Hey, Drew. Well, home field advantage has been key for the Rowdies, although they have hit a little bump in the road as of late, losing 2 of their last 3 home games, including their most recent home match against Louisville City FC. The Rowdies haven't lost back-to-back home games since July of 2015, and they're hoping to keep it that way tonight, guys.
Oh, you're right, Heather. As we take a look at the head coaches tonight, Neil Collins and Martin Rennie talked to both in the pregame. Coach Collins only 2 wins so far in his stint as head coach of the Rowdies. Remember, he was playing along the back line at the start of the season. Just one of many changes that this Rowdies franchise has had to endure in 2018. Certainly been a season of ups and downs, but the Rowdies have adjusted, and now we're hoping to get some wins out of it. We need points.
Absolutely, and you know, to justify that, look at the formations. Indy 11 coming out with a traditional 4-4-2. As the Rowdies, the home team, 4-3-3. They're going to send an extra player going forward. And of course, we talked about some of those new changes here in the lineup for the Rowdies. They're trying to build that chemistry going forward, trying to mesh, trying to put some goals in the back of the net and add some points, especially here at home.
There's Bonomo, former Red Bulls 2 star, also Junior Flemings. And Neil Collins. Practice was outstanding this week for Tampa Bay. Looking to put it into a great performance tonight here in downtown St. Pete. Indy 11 will wear the navy blue with the red stripe, and the Tampa Bay Rowdies in the iconic green and gold. The visitors in 6th place in the East. In the USL, Tampa Bay right now looking up. 12th place, 22 points to their credit, 6-8-4 on the season. Rowdies will move from right to left, and Indy 11 will possess here to start. Underway here in downtown St. Pete. Matthew Miscannon leads our officiating crew tonight with Matthew Schwartz, Walter Heatherly, Miguel Martez also on the crew. So the first touch for the new Rowdy, Pape Diakite. Tonight, you get a look at the injury reports as well. All 4 of those Rowdies out for the season. Tampa Bay has had to make do without them. They have had to sign several other players, guys like Cal Porter back for a second stint for Tampa Bay. Braun and Farr are out for Indy 11. Visitors still have managed to be stellar on the road this year. Only 2 losses on the road in their first year in the USL. Now Bonomo works for Tampa Bay. Hristov handling. He'll send one into the box, and the goalie may have gotten a touch. Williams as he drifted to his left.
And you see that's one of the things that Bonomo does so well. You see him in the middle of the screen right there as he played that ball to Georgi Hristov, who, you know, had a little bit of time, had a look at the goal, and decided to go for it. That's what you want to do early in the game, Drew. Test the goalkeeper with a full extension right there. Nowhere near the goal, but it's a good chance for the Rowdies to try to get forward.
Owain Fawn Williams is the goalie for Indy 11. 7 clean sheets to his credit. Defense is certainly the strong point for the visitors. Tampa Bay looking to break out offensively. Here's Venegas now as he tried to attack. Hristov tries to keep it in. It'll be out along the touchline and thrown in now by Indy 11. Eugene Starikov had the big goal against Charleston. Not enough, though, to get the victory as they came up short 2-1. And Joe Cole handles for Tampa Bay. Joe Cole also looking to break out here tonight. Compare the 2 teams, games played, both with their 19th performance here tonight. Rowdies with 26 goals on the year, and it's, you know, you see the amount of goals that Indy 11 has scored, only 23 of them. They've got 8 wins. That means defensively they are stellar.
Yeah, they're the type of team that just really takes, you know, pride in their defensive side, especially, you know, a team that has done so well on the road, Drew, and that's you know, harder for a team to win on the road. They've proven that they're very organized, very well coached, And they're looking to do it tonight here at this facility.
Throw it in now on the far side. First year in the USL for Indy 11. Just sort of in the same position that the Rowdies were in a season ago. Trying to adapt and doing it very well in the first season in a new league. In the middle now, Aduro will send it back. And Diakite and Aduro establishing some chemistry. Tammy Kandawiri also for the Rowdies tonight.
Yeah, and you see how deep Diakite is playing that center back spot, switching the point of attack from side to side. You see Tam on the ball, but anytime he plays, that's a great ball into the space for Bonomo.
Bonomo running hard, dangerous ball there as Williams just was able to get it away, and Venegas now sends it down the pitch for Indy. Starikov, the Ukrainian, battling right now with Poku, and Poku big and physical. This is what he is supposed to do.
Absolutely, you see the size difference between Poku and the Indy midfielder. You want to impose your size, play the early ball, and trying to find Georgi Hristov or Bonomo up front as quick as you can.
Diakite, 25 years old, center back tonight. Played at FC Edmonton. That was the 2016 NASL Young Player of the Year. Nice credentials he brings to the pitch for Tampa Bay. Porter now and Flemings attacking from the right side. Flemings trying to send one in, is looking for the big target of Bonomo. It just sailed over his head.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Good delivery. Bonomo with a good run into the box, just a little bit off.
Well, don't miss the 20th anniversary of the miseducation of Lauren Hill with special guests Big Boy, Dave East, and Bembata Marley right here at Al Lang Live, Sunday, July 29th. Tickets, call 727-888-6000 or go to Ticketmaster.com. Al Lang Live is the talk of downtown St. Pete here this summer. Just underway here, 6th minute at Al Lang. Tampa Bay Rowdies and Indy 11. Great to have you with us on This TV Tampa Bay. Max Lakawecki throws it in for the Rowdies. And now Aduro trying to get it into the Indy 11 half. Poku with another nice touch, and now Porter works from the right. Well, Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit SelectSportsAmerica.com. That's SelectSportAmerica.com for free shipping on orders over $50. You can just see early on in this match, chemistry. Rowdies trying to connect the dots, figure out and scheme here in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, they're doing a great job coming out of the back, switching the point of attack and staying compacted. You know, they're taking their time. They're trying to go through the middle if it's on. If not, they're going to be content with keeping the ball and switching it. You see Indy, they're just staying behind. Not a lot of space.
Porter sends one in. Hristov had a rip at it, but it slid off the side of his foot. Did not square it up that time.
Drew, this is going to be one of those games where the Rowdies have to be patient. Move the ball around. One touch, two touch.
Poku coming back to it, and there's a nasty tackle. That's going to be a foul. As Mitchell came up, and he came up cleats up.
You saw the great 1-2 between Poku and Bonomo. Poku still down. This is a great chance for the Rowdies right outside the box. A couple of options to go direct. And that's what I like about Stefano Bonomo. He's going to check in. He's going to post up. You see this great 1-2. He plays the ball right back. And absolutely foul. Poku goes down. It's could have been a yellow card, Drew.
So this one will be placed about 8 yards outside the 18. As Kwadwo Poku, first start here at home tonight, played 71 minutes last week in his Rowdies debut.
You can tell he wants that. Joe Cole said, go right ahead, big man. Hit it.
Poku with the drive. It's off the head of one of the Indy 11 players, and it should be a Rowdies corner kick. And all corner kicks for Tampa Bay brought to you by Ashley Home Store. So Poku very active here in the opening minutes.
Yeah, that's what he brings to the table to the Rowdies as well. He's got that size. You see him here taking that corner kick. It's going to be an in-swinger, right-footed. And of course, you're going to look for the big targets. Stefano Bonomo somewhere in the box. Tam Makandawari as well. Diakite.
Crowd coming alive here at Al Lang. Sensing it. Ball will be sent out. Porter will play it for Tampa Bay. Cal Porter out of Toronto, Canada, up to Junior Flemings. And now it's Lakawecki taking it back. Well, the USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league. 24/7. Follow at USL on Twitter. At USL on Twitter. Tampa Bay controlling possession here in the first 10 minutes.
And that's absolutely okay, Drew. You want to stay patient, keep the ball. As long as you're maintaining and keeping the tempo of the game, you want to take the ball forward and you can attack at will.
Picked up by Williams.
And Drew, we talked about how good this Indy 11 is defensively. Well, look, every single player is playing defense behind the center midline. So they're going to wait for you. They're going to make sure that you earn that goal, that penetration ball.
Rowdies continue to control the pace. Dominic Caduro, the midfielder, been outstanding since the Rowdies brought him up from the PDL. Had that game-tying goal in that Charlotte match. Rowdies being very patient here early on. Diakite up to Joe Cole. Cole getting used to his new teammates. Now Lakawecki approaching. And the ball will go across the touchline. Hristov will toss it in.
Georgi Hristov did not like that call.
Makandawari will touch it back. Hey, catch MOR's new Summer of Fun lineup featuring Tampa Bay's favorite comedies. First, the Goldbergs and Modern Family flip-flop, with Modern Family moving to 5 and 5:30. The Goldbergs to 6 and 6:30. And Tim and Charlie switch things up with Last Man Standing, moving to 8 and 8:30, while Anger Management goes to 9 and 9:30. It's all part of MOR's Summer of Fun. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez, Heather Donnelly down on the pitch. Lyndon Blake also with us in the pregame, along with our fabulous Rowdies crew here at Al Lang Stadium.
Great ball by Poku out wide. Porter wide open on the right side. And Drew, this is going to be one of those cases where your two center backs are wide open. Your fullbacks have to be on the touchline all the way out. Lakawecki and Porter on the right. Same thing with Joe Cole. Poku's in the middle, checking to the ball.
Picked up now by Starikov. Eugene certainly shows some speed on that run. Now, ball will be sent into the box. Elevating was McKerney. Can't get all of it, though. Still alive, though, in the 18. Contact, we play on. Indy 11. Very pesky here with Starikov trying to win it. And the Rowdies in position to send it back. Here's Junior Flemings now with all the speed in the world. Flemings, oh, tremendous pass to Bonomo for the goal! Stefano Bonomo lights things up here in the 12th minute.
Outstanding counterattack by the Rowdies. It all starts with a great defensive shape. They played a great ball. Flemings with that speed. And the big man on top, we talked about him, Drew. We're waiting for him to score. Great ball down here. He turns on the Jets. And how about this ball right here? Far post. Stefano Bonomo signs it for his first goal as the Rowdies up 1-0.
How about Junior Flemings, usually a scorer, becoming distributor on that run. That was probably the best play he has made all season long, and Bonomo finishes off like he is supposed to do.
And that's what I was talking about, Drew. The Rowdies have to be patient. Something like that, it opens up. You got to use the speed. You got to use the size you have up front. And Poku and Bonomo as well. Fleming showed that speed, the blazing speed. He took care of 3 players out wide for Indy 11. And how about Stefano Bonomo with his first goal as a Rowdy?
Rowdies humming out of the gates, leading 1-0. And Watson now plays it back for Indy 11. Indy 11, mentioned the 2 road losses they've had this year, still knowing this was certainly going to be a dogfight coming to Al Lang tonight. Starikoff now from the corner, tries to get it by Lakawecki, and that's a great play by Max to win the ball for the Rowdies.
Absolutely, that's the way you got to play defense in the back. You got to win your individual tackles. And Drew, it all started. Kevin Venegas from Indy 11 had a great cross, but the Rowdies dealt with it defensively. And that's how it all started in that counterattack. Great ball into space for Flemings.
Here's Venegas now. Tried to challenge that defense in the back line with Diakite, the new Rowdy. There to slide and knock it out of bounds. Now it's Flemings again. And the crowd seems to love it every time Junior touches along that right side.
Well, he's definitely electrifying with that speed, with that athleticism. And he's proven that he can just fly by defenders.
Souvenir for one young Rowdies fan, at least for a moment, before he has to toss it back. There's not a bad seat in this great venue, Al Lang Stadium.
That's one of the best things about this stadium, Drew, that no matter where you're sitting, you have a great view of the pitch.
And we invite you to watch highlights from every game of the 2018 season and stay up to date with news from across the USL at the league's official Facebook page, facebook.com/USL Soccer. USL active on Facebook. 1-0 Rowdies off the goal from Bonomo, assisted by Junior Flemings. I think early on, you just kind of sense it. Indy 11, they're sort of feeling this heat. I know we're high up here, but you can just see it by the expressions, the way the players are reacting. It's a hot summer night down on the pitch, Eddie, and that heat kind of hits you when you get going the first 10 minutes.
Absolutely, and one of the things it does, you know, as an athlete, you don't expect it, Drew, and when it hits you, it's almost too late. We talked about dehydration, and some of these teams that come into this venue in the 70th, 80th minute, you're going to experience heavy legs fatigue, and before you know it, the Rowdies are going to get going. Hopefully, they can actually use that to their advantage and put 2 and 3 in the back of the net.
Rowdies have been practicing in this heat all week long, and all summer long for that matter. The 11 now trying to possess. Matt Watson, the midfielder, former Phoenix Rising star, puts it in play now. Starikoff, his teammates controlling. Here's Guerra. Porter knocks it down. Flemings will try and build from the back. Poku, just an imposing presence every time he possesses. And if you're trying to mark him, you're thinking twice as you approach him. That's how big and physical he is.
And especially when he's playing that attacking center mid, it's him and Joe Cole in the middle. But as you mentioned, when you turn and look at the size of him coming at you, going at you, you think about twice tackling him.
Mentioned Juan Guerra for Indy 11. Heather, that name sort of sounds familiar, doesn't it, for Rowdies fans?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a familiar face for fans of Tampa Bay. Juan Guerra in the midfield for Indy 11. He played 47 matches for Tampa Bay in 2016 and 2017. And last night put a nice little message on Twitter. It says, "Tomorrow I'm going back to a place that showed a lot of love and respect for me and my family. See you tomorrow, old friend." So probably a lot of memories for Juan here at Al Lang. I'm sure a little bit strange to not be in the green and gold.
Porter attacks for Tampa Bay. Ball looked like it went off the elbow of Bonomo. And great to see Guerra back tonight here on the pitch.
And I tell you what, Drew, in the case of Juan Guerra coming back to this venue, we as a player, you always want to go back to your last team and have a great game. Of course, when you have great crowds, a lot of people that, a lot of these great fans for the Rowdies that came back and cheer for you, it's good for you to come back and see them again.
Mattern gets a little talking to from the official. Nico Mattern, the German, former Indiana Wesleyan star. And there's Guerra. Juan Guerra, former New York Cosmo as well, the Venezuelan. A short stint with the Tampa Bay Rowdies over a couple seasons, 47 matches. So pretty solid on his end back in the Bay Area tonight. Dominic Aduro slides it upfield. Rowdies patient and really connecting thus far.
A great job by Junior Flemings keeping the ball. Now he goes out wide.
Fleming's open, trying to send another one in. It's off the head of Hristov and into the back of the net.
Outstanding job by the Rowdies, just knocking the ball around and keeping possession. Drew, we talked about they need to stay patient. Patience pays off once again. You see how they knocked the ball around, and it actually went off the face of Georgi Hristov. But watch the movement. Great ball into space to Junior Flemings. Plays the ball far post. You see that deflection. Actually, Venegas was trying to clear the ball and hits Georgi Hristov in the face. Drew, it doesn't matter how they go in. They all count the same. The Rowdies are up 2-0.
Hristov feeling the effects of that goal, but it's all worth it. 6th goal of the season, number 59 on his Rowdies career.
We talk about sometimes in this game, Drew, you got to sacrifice your body. That's one of those moments. Georgi Hristov off his face.
So 2-0. Ralph's mob loving it right now here at home. This is the start the Rowdies were yearning for. Indy 11 now trying to work from the left. Porter comes up to try and respond. And there's a tight goal. Wow. Eugene Starikov, the quick service right in, and he slides one by Mizell to get Indy 11 on the board.
And there's that marking that we're talking about. You have to stay with the runner. A quick cross, and we know we talked about this man. He's got the ability to score goals. Eugene Starikov. He shows in front, steps in front of his player, and just like that, Indy refused to go away.
Beautifully done.
Not sure if he's offsides though. Look how far in front he was from the two defenders.
Well, 3 goals in the first 20 minutes. And with all the defensive battles we've seen in the last 4 or 5 games here at Al Lang, I think we're due for a high-scoring affair.
Absolutely. The defense won it. They expected. Stefano Bonomo draws the foul. This is when you want to take your time, Drew. Bring everybody out of the back. A good quality delivery from that part of the pitch. Bring your big people. Plenty of choices for the Rowdies in the aerial game. Stefano Bonomo, Diakite, Poku.
Williams on guard. Poku to put it in action.
Right foot in swinger. Tammy's in the box as well. You see Bushing and shelving in the box, and now the referee is talking to Stefano Bonomo. He's saying no more.
Diakite, 6'2" frame. Right now in that box. Here it comes. Diakite had a shot at it off his head and out of bounds. Well, Counting Crows and live are coming to Al Lang Tuesday, July 31st. Get your tickets as they start at only $29.50. You can get yours by calling 727-888-6000 or by visiting Ticketmaster.com. Indy 11 starting to pick things up here in downtown St. Pete. Watson tries to center it, top of the 18. It skates over and now to the left side, setting up another shot. Mizell was drifting that time to his right. And Indy 11 right now sort of getting free, just not marked tight enough at the moment.
Yeah, you saw Watson making a great run out of the back for Indy 11 with a great cross. This is when the Rowdies have to get, without marking, a little bit tighter. Too much space given to the Indy 11 outside backs.
Whistle as Flemings got tied up that time with Tyler Pasher. Tell you what, we've seen Junior Flemings progress this year. He's learning how to play at 50 and 60 miles an hour, not always 100 miles an hour as he was at the beginning of the year, Eddie. And when you can start and stop like that, the options are limitless, aren't they?
Absolutely. When you actually can learn how to use that speed that you have, you got to control it. You turn it on when it's on, but when it's not, you got to keep the ball, bring it back, switch your point of attack. But you're right, that comes from maturity. As he grows as a player, he's going to become a much better player, a much more efficient player as well.
Great to see his game continue to go to the next level.
This is when the Rowdies have to go back to what they were doing the first 10 minutes, Drew. Keep the ball, be patient, switch your point of attack, bring it back. You don't have to go forward. You have to score. You have the time. Keep it when it's on, and if it's not, bring the ball negative.
All right, let's send it down to Heather on the pitch. Hey, Heather.
Hey, Drew, an interesting stat here for you. The Rowdies are 6-1-1 this season when scoring first, so obviously still a lot of soccer yet to be played, but hey, it never hurts to get off to a good start, guys.
Without question, that has happened here thus far. Rowdies took a 2-0 lead, goals by Bonomo and Hristov. But Indy 11 able to respond in the 20th minute, and right now 2-1. Joe Cole. This is going to be a corner kick for Tampa Bay. All corner kicks for the Rowdies tonight. Brought to you by Ashley Home Store.
Yeah, great idea by Joe Cole, driving the ball, looking for Junior Flemings in space.
Eddie, with the addition of Bonomo and also Diakite on set pieces, the Rowdies look so much better, don't they?
So much better. You have 4 guys right there over 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", big bodies. So the delivery has to be good. We've seen Poku with a great cross already off the first corner kick, and we saw Junior Flemings with another great delivery, and that's how Georgi Hristov got on the board.
Poku, pretty nice ball. Makawecki comes up to block the counter. It will belong to Indy 11. Well, Rowdies fans, see Joe Cole, Georgi Hristov, and all your Tampa Bay Rowdies defend their home turf Saturday, July 28th, a week from tonight, against New York Red Bulls 2. It's live on this TV, Tampa Bay, pregame at 7 o'clock with Heather and Lyndon. This TV is your broadcast home for Rowdies soccer. Good match we've seen so far. 2 goals for the Rowdies. Now Kyle Porter, the new addition, will slow things up.
Another thing, some of the new changes, do for the Rowdies, bringing Poku in the middle, bringing Stefano Bonanno. What he's going to do for Joe Cole is going to take some of that pressure for him. You see him playing a little more defensive, but he controls the middle so well. You want Joe Cole with the ball.
Scores from around the league. Upper left-hand portion of your screen. North Carolina and Toronto going at it. Toronto starting to play better. How about Ottawa? They've been sort of the story of the USL this year. Nashville made a trip here earlier to Al Lang. Pittsburgh and Charleston as well. Coach Collins likes what he sees so far from his Rowdies. And then there's Richmond and Atlanta. 1-0 the score. Richmond on top at the half. And FC Cincinnati over New York. Cincinnati, that is a tough side the Rowdies played against last week.
It is, and talking about Coach Neil Collins, I love what he's done and what he's trying to do. He's trying to get his Rowdies team to be a lot more offensive. Of course, when he got a great defender in Diakite, but he's bringing players who can go forward. That's been his strategy ever since he took over, and I think it's about to pay off for the Rowdies.
Now it's Watson. The 11 working a little methodical here. Sterikov waiting for it, and Bonomo trying to win it from Watson. I really like the game so far of Eugene Sterikov. We talked about him in the pregame show and in the open as well. very, very calculating for this Indy side.
He's so athletic as well. He's got speed, and he comes out of the back, and he's great on the ball. You see this push from behind, that could have been a yellow. Speaking of Starikov, Eugene, he plays with that intensity, with that fire. You can see the passion. I got a chance to watch him last year with the New York Cosmos, and I'm telling you, every game he brings it. So tough to mark because he's so quick as well.
Guys like that, very useful on the road whenever you're trying to just get something to go your way. Lakowecki now trying to catch up to it, and there he is right now, number 9, all over the field for Indy 11. Venegas goes down hard. Hristov, see, maybe issued a yellow here.
Comes the first yellow for Georgi Hristov.
And for Georgi, that is going to have extra consequences as well.
Yeah, he's going to have to sit out the next game. He was on a caution. So we will not have him for the next home game here. And you see the change of speed right here, the change of by Kevin Venegas. And clearly Georgi Hristov just grabs that jersey.
Crowd does not like the call, obviously, but Hristov not going to be available now against New York Red Bulls too. So, well, it's tough to get that yellow here in the 29th minute. Rowdies will have to live with it though. Here, main thing is they've got a 2-1 lead. Here's the first half continues to wind down.
Drew, I understand what he was trying to do. It's a professional foul, 60 yards away from your goal. However, he should have known that you're in a warning. So, yellows, it's one of those things I think George is experienced enough to know. But as a player, sometimes, you get into the rhythm of the game. It's hard to control your feelings as well.
Cole, nice touch to Hristov. Joe Cole working carefully here for Tampa Bay. Sends one to Porter. Old teammates reunited again. Flemings, quick touch. Right back to him. Cole sends it right. Back to Porter.
Great job by the Rowdies, Drew. The last couple of minutes, they're keeping the ball, and once again, Poku involved, Junior Flemings, Joe Cole on the ball, Georgi Hristov. That's great. They're keeping it. They're switching it.
Hristov tries to sneak one into Bonomo, left-footed. They'll hold things up on the end line. And let's see, was it touched by Indy? I don't believe it was to be a goal kick.
Well, Stefano Bonomo's definitely arguing that. He went off Indy 11 defender.
Well, catch sizzling hot summer movies 24 hours a day on This TV Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay's first premier broadcast movie channel, featuring films from the world-famous MGM library. Playing for you all day, all night. This TV Tampa Bay, the official broadcast home of your Tampa Bay Rowdies. Indy 11 continuing to work now from that left side. That is where they have made their living. Here in this first half, Cody Mizell on guard, cheering on his back line.
Yeah, they're trying to pick on Kyle Porter on the right side. He had the ability to get down the line and cross the ball. And once again, Drew, the 2 center backs, they have to stay with their player. That's Tam and, of course, Diakite. They got to stay with the runner. We've seen Eugene Starikov, what he can do.
And swinger now is Ben Spies, former Minnesota United. Midfielder will put it in motion here. Lots of jockeying for position. Trying to get airborne. Ball's going to sail out. It's Carlisle Mitchell out of Trinidad and Tobago. Got a head on it that time.
Yeah, Mitchell trying to win the ball in the air in that cross. Big frame, big body. Didn't quite get enough height. Put enough power on that header. And this is when the Rowdies, with about 14 minutes left, can take over right now, keeping the ball. If it's on, you can go forward, and if not, just bring the ball back. Once again, play with it in the back. It's got to be good touches, though.
Rowdies with only 6 goals in their last 5 home matches. So more reason to be excited about the 2 spot on the scoreboard right now, here in the 32nd minute. You know what? Kyle Porter looks very comfortable. In just his second Rowdies outing right now. Played the full 90 last week at Cincinnati. Just a natural right back. Tremendous 1v1 defender as well.
And that's one of the things that Neil Collins loves about him. We talked about we spoke to coach, and he said, you know, he is your typical right fullback because he defends well and he can go forward, and that's what I've seen out for him in this game as well.
And pass a little too hot to handle that time. Indy 11 will throw it in on the far side. Extremely warm in the Bay Area. 90 degrees on the thermometer, but feels like about 98 when you go down to the pitch. The humidity is just stifling.
And I tell you, Drew, as a player, you can see the jerseys from Indy 11. When you're not used to this heat, I'm telling you, before you know it, it hits you and you're dehydrated.
Rowdies dominating possession right now, just over 61%.
Looking at those numbers, Drew, right there, the Rowdies doing the right thing. Move the ball around, make Indy 11 run up to the ball, get him tired. When his son go forward, you can put Flemings through, you can put Bonomo, you can put Georgi Hristov, and try to go forward and finish this game on the scoreboard.
Candawari sends this one down. It gets headed back. Hristov trying to gain control again. Tyler Pasher collects for Indy 11. Rowdies got a goal by Bonomo in the 12th minute. Get the scoring started. And it was Hristov a little bit later on. Kite heads it out. Now it's Venegas, defender from Long Beach. And there's that man again, Starikov. Slides this one to the right and gets in position. Try to serve this one in here, and it will be a corner kick for Indy 11.
Yeah, Kevin Venegas making a good run out of the back. Trying to do a 1-2. Didn't quite get the ball that he wanted in space. And you can tell Indy 11, they're slowing down. They don't have that speed, which they started with.
Cody Mizell back in the net for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Second game starting after taking that layoff and giving way to the Rowdies' backup goalkeeper, Kira Fitzgerald. Here's Ben Spees, corner kick on the way for Indy, and Mizell climbs the ladder to bring it down.
And one of the things I love about Cody Mizell and how he just directs everyone. He owns that box. You saw it in this corner kick right here, how he just came out. It's his ball. He's going to get it. And you can tell his demeanor when he's there. He's telling defenders where to go, where to be, stay with your player, weak side. And that's exactly what you want out of a center back or fullback. You want to be directed because you can't look in the back. He's got the best view in the house.
Always great competition between goalkeepers. Mizell sat for 8 games and watched his counterpart, Kira Fitzgerald, take care of business. And it's got to take a great attitude, great sportsmanship, Eddie, to share your position with somebody else and then come in and play like nothing ever happened.
I got to tell you, I was watching Fitzgerald warm up today before this game, and that's a testimony to the goalkeeper coach, Stuart Dobson, who's done a great job with both goalkeepers.
Stolen, and now Bonomo tries to become a threat. Lakawecki. Rowdies still have got some numbers if they can push it up here. That pass a little bit lazy, gets intercepted. Maduro. This one will sail out. Starikov trying to save it for Tampa Bay. We got a player down as Nico Mattern, the German, inside the center circle, went down. Certainly been a work in progress for this Rowdy squad, adjusting since the retirement of Marcel Schaefer, the center of the action where everything happened. And we're sort of seeing guys sort of do it by committee, figure out how to make those runs, Eddie, and get players into the right spots.
Now, of course, Schaefer was definitely a leader in this team and just a great player. So somebody's got to step in, and I think Neil Collins has done a great job just bringing players who can match together. Now you see, you know, Joe Cole being a leader. Now you're going to see Poku and Stefano Bonomo stepping out to the plate. Georgi Hristov, of course, with all his goals. Even Junior Flemings is maturing as a player. So you're looking for these Rowdies to come together, gel, and just get it done on the pitch.
Tough to replace a guy like Schaefer with just one guy. You need several guys to pick it up. Sort of be interchangeable parts. That's what they're showing right now. Kyle Porter, the new Rowdy, tosses it in. 38th minute. You're watching Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer on This TV Tampa Bay. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez, Heather Donnelly on the field. Lyndon Blake with us as well in the pregame. Rowdies in control of things right now, trying to keep it that way. Lots of soccer yet to be played. Porter tries to send it up. A little bit too much on it for Hristov.
Yeah, it was a good idea, though, but the delivery wasn't there. You can tell Georgi Hristov would have loved to have a better pass. I like the fact that they're finding those gaps, though. They're being patient out of the back. It's going from both fullbacks. Tampa plays the ball to out wide. But that delivery has to be better to either Junior Flemings or one of the forwards, Georgi Hristov, with a great run into space.
Indy 11 started out slow, then really picked things up at about the 15th minute. Diakite. Duro sliding in. Looked like the cleats may have been a little high as Flemings goes down, and this should be a yellow card. It is.
Kevin Venegas gets a yellow for Indy 11. Great spot here for Joe Cole.
That was sort of like the play that Leon Taylor got a red card on back earlier in the season when he got airborne. In this case, Flemings was the one who got struck.
And you saw the reaction by Venegas when he didn't think he had committed a foul. The same thing when Leon Taylor came down, and you see here both players are going for the ball.
Happened right there at the back end.
Yeah, and you see when Venegas kind of turns his shoulder, makes contact with Junior Flemings. Just about 40 yards out.
A free kick for Joe Cole. Cole dangerous on these set pieces. Scored on one earlier this year.
And this is a great enough distance for the ball to dip over the wall, go over, make a dip before it gets to the keeper.
Cole sends it to the left. Flemings tried to send one in and defended, sent out. Be another corner kick coming up. Carlisle Mitchell got his head on it that time for Indy.
Yeah, good idea by Junior Flemings, though. He receives the ball, he's looking, he's trying to play the ball for Diakite. The Indy 11 defender gets just right in front, clears the ball out of the back.
Rowdies corner kick brought to you by Ashley Home Store. Joe Cole.
There's that signal for the set piece. In swinger, Joe Cole.
Cole sends it high. McCandawiri can't save it. And it goes back to the boys in blue.
Yeah, Joe Cole got too much under the ball. He wanted that right about the penalty spot for somebody to run into that away from the goalkeeper and the center back, the defenders.
Here's Starikoff now, working for Indy. Halftime slowly approaching. Matt Watson, nice pass, contact made. Diakite gonna get called.
Yeah, dangerous situation here for the Rowdies. Ben Spies draws the foul outside the 18.
He comes over as well. So this is nearly the exact spot Joe Cole had it on the other side. How about Aduro? As soon as Diakite came up to plead his case, Aduro says, not yet. Let's just continue to play. Cannot let our emotions get the best of us right now.
Yeah, and he's been great, and he's playing that defensive center mid spot, and you saw that tackle in the air. You know, he's all or nothing kind of a guy.
Mizell measuring things up. Venegas on top of it. This one blasted through, and it goes off as McCurney came up. to take care of it for Indy. The ball's still alive, and Mizell skying to take care of it. May have had a whistle just before that.
Yeah, the linesman had his flag up the whole time. But nonetheless, though, Cody Mizell, and that's what I was talking about here earlier. See how he waited for the bounce. He knew he was going to come out. Owns his box. He came out at the right time. He was measuring that bounce.
Getting up a little gingerly. As that's Ben Spies, the feisty midfielder, former Minnesota United.
You see there Diakite just shaking hands.
See the size of Diakite as he's right next to Spies. I mean, I'm telling you, he is a big guy.
That's what you want out of your two center backs. Tammy's no small guy either. So you have Diakite on one side, Tamika on the other. Now you take your chances. You have Poku at 6'3" in the middle of the field, and then you have Stefano Bonomo on top as a number 9, and Georgi Hristov is not a small guy either.
And it's just a testament to this franchise. Rowdies obviously in some flux in 2018, and Eddie, when you can basically go out on the open market and get guys like this, the reality is professional soccer players all over the world want to play for the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Well, absolutely, and when you have a club like the Tampa Bay Rowdies and its ownerships that are committed to win, you're going to go spend money on players who are going to come in and win you games, and that's exactly what they've done. The front office from the Rowdies are committed. I mean, when you go out and get a guy like Poku, who played for Miami FC last year, great
nice
year.
pass here, sent in Porter, able to deflect it as Indy. A nice possession here in the 45th minute.
I tell you, Drew, there's nothing worse than a coach who can't get players because of financial reasons. You got to play with what you have.
Watson and Starikov back and forth now. Go back to Watson. They'll keep it in bounds for Indy. Starikov trying to come back to it. Number 9 continues to wreak havoc right now on the pitch. Bonomo collects for Tampa Bay here in the 45th.
See the Rowdies keeping possession, doing a great job, just keeping the ball in the last few minutes of this first half, controlling the score and that possession as well.
Junior Flemings, another bolt of lightning here at the end of the first half. Bonomo trying to square it up as it'll go out of bounds and be a Rowdies corner kick.
You saw Kyle Porter wide open out wide. Junior Flemings never saw him, but it's a great idea though. 2 minutes.
So a couple minutes of extra time here. Another Ashley Home Store corner kick for the Rowdies. Great to have you with us tonight on This TV Tampa Bay. Williams has conceded twice for Indy 11. Rowdies with that 2-1 lead. Another corner kick for Poku and Tampa Bay. Junior Flemings playing well. Poku sends this one in. Hristov wants the handball and not going to get the call. Oh, I can't wait to see that replay. Looked like it was very close.
Well, I think there was definitely contact in the box with a hand, but I don't think it was intentional. The referee close enough. I think that's the reason why he didn't call it.
Try and send this one wide now. Venegas keeps it alive, and right there with him is Lakawecki. It'll dribble out of bounds.
That was actually Georgi Hristov, and look what he's done. He ran all the way from his forward spot. And here's that replay. Definitely a handball, but he's got it right next to his body. That's the reason why they don't call it.
We play on. And the flag goes up. As Poku, very physical there. Spies goes down. Official comes over to just a little talking to make sure tensions get calmed here at the end of the first half.
Yeah, and you see that's the only bad thing about being a big guy like Poku, and you can tell with that reaction he was actually shoulder to shoulder contact. Of course, him being a bigger guy, and Spies once again on the ground.
So Venegas, the defender from Long Beach, California, 6 seasons with Minnesota United, puts this one on the ground, and Aduro able to send it out. So that will do it. End of the first half here in Tampa Bay. Poku making his presence felt. And the first 45 and change. Rowdies with a 2-1 lead. When we return, halftime festivities coming up. We'll take you around the USL. Hristov and the Rowdies on top, 2-1.
Across Florida, we're listening to customers like you, and we're working hard to build the brighter energy future you and your family deserve. That's why we're making smart investments in the grid to improve reliability and prevent outages, to use more clean, renewable energy like solar, and to give you better control over your energy use today and in the years ahead. We're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you.
This is St. Pete Clearwater, home to 35 miles of white sand bliss. But it's more than emerald surf and Gulf breezes. The beach is an attitude. It's the vibe of life, nature, art, music, or whatever brings you joy. Experience the American tropics on Florida's Gulf Coast in St. Pete Clearwater. Love the beach.
If you're new in town and working on your dreams, and you don't know what you need, we got the perfect plan for you. My Blue, we are here for you, for you, for you. We're Florida Blue. Don't you worry now, 'cause you don't have to. Here we always say we got you. We are here for you. This is your home, Florida Blue.
The score, Rowdies on top of Indy 11. Rowdies with the lead at the half. 2 huge goals to get the crowd going on a Saturday night at Al Lang Stadium. Drew Felios alongside Eddie Rodriguez. Rowdies needing goals, only 6 goals in their last 5 home games here at Al Lang, and they were able to get them early and often here in the first half.
Yeah, well, they're playing pretty well, and we talked about some of the new additions to this team. Testament to Neil Collins, what he's done, bringing players who can put the ball in the back of the net. You talk about Poku, you talk about Stefano Bonomo, guys who can put the ball in the back of the net, guys who can go offensively, who can bring something to the team, and that's the reason why they're doing well.
All right, Eddie, let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Tampa Bay and Indy 11 going at each other. The visitors trying to establish pace, but watch this. Junior Flemings out of nowhere, a long run, controls it and gets it to Bonomo for the finish.
Yeah, Junior Flemings, that's great. He kicks into a different gear, and how about that delivery, and how about that finish? One time with his left foot, not being a left-footed player, that's an outstanding finish by the big man up front.
So Bonomo, his first goal as a Rowdy in 2018, and right there, Georgi Hristov probably not meant to be in that spot. Ball goes off his face, off the foot of Venegas, and it's a Rowdy's goal.
We'll talk about right place and right time. That's the story with the forwards.
Indy 11, though, comes right back. How about this play?
Well, we know the ability of Hristov scoring, so you can't leave him alone.
So 2-1, the scores. You get a look at our halftime stats brought to you by Technia Logistics. Rowdies out shooting, Indy 11 out possessing them as well, but that possession number went up in favor of Indy in the second part of that first frame.
Yeah, Indy tried to push a little bit, but the Rowdies doing a good job, especially in the last 10 to 12 minutes, just keeping the ball.
All right, Rowdies with the lead. Hopefully they can keep it, get 3 points tonight here at Al Lang. You're watching Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer on this TV. Tampa Bay, more halftime festivities. Heather Donnelly joins us once more when we return.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business, always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
In the Tampa Bay area, the weather can change in an instant. Especially during storm season, it pays to stay on top of it. That's what makes the free TBO weather app so indispensable. You can track approaching storms with animated radar that zooms to your location. And you can click on the Future Radar button to see where the weather is headed. Don't get caught in the rain. Download TBO Weather today. Go to tbo.com/weather to get started.
Our next home game broadcast will be on Saturday, July 28th as the Rowdies host New York Red Bulls 2. Our broadcast starts at 7 o'clock with kickoff set for 7:30 here at Al Lang Stadium. The Rowdies will look to even the series after falling to New York 5-0 on the road back in April. The Red Bulls 2 have been on fire offensively as of late, scoring 13 goals over their last 3 games. One player to look out for in next Saturday's match will be Amando Moreno. He's New York's leading scorer with 9 goals in 19 appearances. He's also tallied 3 assists so far in 2018. Be sure to tune in to This TV Tampa Bay on Saturday, July 28th as the Rowdies host New York Red Bulls 2. Now here's Drew Felios with USL News and Notes.
All right, Heather, first we'll get a look at the Eastern Conference standings in the USL. Notice the Rowdies right now in 12th place, but with a couple wins here at home over the next few weeks, that could change things big time. Let's take a look at our scores from around the league. North Carolina FC has gone on top of Toronto 3-1. Also of note, FC Cincinnati 2-1 over New York Red Bulls 2. That is a very good match going on right now at the half. Louisville City trying to get back on track after taking one in the Open Cup. They are on top 1-0 over the Charlotte Independents. The USL surpassing 1.5 million fans in Week 18. It has been a banner year in 2018. Hartford Athletics and Loudoun United, the newest expansion clubs. Get this, 7 new clubs in the league going to enter in 2019. And then there's the Golden Boot Watch, Enevoldsen and Guerra leading the way there, 11 and 10 goals respectively. It's time now for the top 10 USL plays on ESPN.
SportsCenter's top plays. Number 10, Fred. That's Matias Silva. Rocket outside the box for a goal. It's the real Monarchs, Swope Park Rangers.
And number 9 for the United Soccer League, Tampa Bay Rowdies, the Charlotte Independents, 90th minute. Dominic Oduro, absolute firecracker from outside the box.
Phoenix Rising FC, OKC Energy FC, Solomon Asante. That is a goal. That's a finish.
This is soccer. Fresno and Seattle. That's Jamal Johnson. San Antonio, Reno 1868, 27th minute Reno's Jerry Avik. Jerry Van Avik.
Steve have action on Las Vegas Lights and the Swope Park Rangers. It's legal.
Juan Kazane, free kick, bangs it.
A little soccer for St. Louis FC, Phoenix Rising FC. They're going at it. Chris Cortez, the blast, bang. Sacramento Republic and Fresno FC. This is deep. Frank Tayu over the goalkeeper.
United Soccer League, Indy 11, Nashville SC. And Absolute Caraca. United Soccer League, FC Cincinnati, Richmond Kickers. I like that name. Yep. Fresno FC, Swope Park Rangers, 32nd minute. Great passing, and then Jamal Johnson back in the onion bag. Nashville and Penn FC. Nashville work at the give and the go. Glebo Maloto. Bebeto. Maloto.
We're up to 2. More United Soccer League. Jason Johnson.
Be arrested. That's an unbelievable goal.
JJ, the scissor kick.
Tony Sod, holy shnikey, what a firecracker. Look at that thing, that little screwball action. And you take it. Of course, the keeper always.
For the Fighting Phils.
Number 1, United Soccer League. That's Cincinnati's goalie, Spencer Ritchie, to Kenny Walker, who puts it in from almost 50 yards. That is silly and saucy.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baycare's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
This is the Morgan Report.
I'm Brett Morgan. This guy's the outlaw Kevin Kiermaier. Looks like things are heating up in the Bay. Oh yeah, nothing like the friendly competition between 2 dealerships. Right, John?
That's right, Brett. At Sun Toyota and Brandon Honda, buy with 0 down, get a nationwide lifetime warranty, and a $5,000 Advantage Club card. Right, Zeus?
This show literally has gone to the dogs. Clever. When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Entertaining halftime, little bubble soccer at Al Lang Stadium. Not sure who won this one, but it was certainly entertaining here at intermission. Send it down to the pitch. Heather Donnelly is with Neil Collins.
Thank you, Drew. Coach, you guys got off to a really hot start in this one. What did you like most about what you saw in the first half?
Obviously, the fact that we took our chances. You know, we created 2 good chances and we took those opportunities, which at times we've been guilty of not. And then we got 2-0 in front, so that was a very positive start to the game.
It seemed like with 3 goals right there, back to back to back, that it was going to be a really high-scoring game. What do you expect out of the second half here?
As long as any more goals are for us, I'll be happy. You just never know that they're a good attacking side. I suspect they'll go for it. It'll be up to us to defend well. If we defend well, we'll win the game.
All right, thanks, Coach. Guys.
All right, thank you so much, Heather. Eddie, you could tell Coach Collins, we've had a chance to see him week in and week out, work with him. He's been so gracious with us since being named the head coach of the Rowdies. But make no mistake, you're under pressure when you're the head guy, and right now he's trying to get this group to mesh, and they are doing just that here in the first half.
Yeah, Drew, and let's not forget that he came into a very difficult situation, and then once you're in, you lose Schaefer that went back to Germany. So now, as a coach, you got to bring in players who can do what you want them to do. You sell the idea, you got to bring those pieces of the puzzle who are going to fit into what you're trying to do, and he's done a phenomenal job. The best thing he said at halftime, he said, you know what, we came out flying, we're taking care of our chances. Today was great because they were able to capitalize on those chances that were up, but you can't forget about the defensive side. You got to stay strong. You got to play the entire 90-minute game.
Indy 11, I think the first 10-15 minutes, the heat and humidity of the Tampa Bay area kind of hit them right in the face, but they were able to get their legs under them. They finished much better than they started. Tampa Bay, though, still had the better of things throughout the first half.
And this is something they can control in the second half as well, the tempo of the game. If they're able to keep the ball once again, go at will. If it's not on you, bring it back. You switch your point of attack. You include your fullbacks. Both fullbacks doing a great job. You know, Kyle Porter going forward. He's got the ability to go forward, create some space. Great balls into Junior Fleming's down the line. And, of course, you got to find Joe Cole in the middle. You got to find Poku so they can turn around and then play into the two forwards. You have Hristov up front, and you have, of course, Stefano Bonomo, who's been tremendous this game. So keep going forward and put the ball in the back of the net.
Rowdies group coming together. Rowdies trying to protect their home pitch. They have not lost back-to-back games at home since July 18th and 25th of 2015. Heather Donnelly making that point at the very start. And for the Rowdies, they had that tough match against Louisville City, one that they had chance after chance, just could not take advantage when it mattered most. Tonight, hoping that history does not repeat itself. Hristov already with the goal off his face. Of all the 59 goals he has as a Rowdy, I think that one probably hurt the most.
Well, you know, he took one for the team, definitely, but, you know, they all count the same, and he did a great job just sacrificing his face right there, right place, right time.
Underway in the second half. Tampa Bay Rowdies and Indy 11. Very exciting first 45. Let's see if the second half lives up to the action that we saw in the first.
You see Rowdies right off the bat just putting pressure on Indy 11, who tries to come out of the back with the ball under control.
Indy 11 trying to get possession on their side here to start as Pasher sends it back. Let's check in with Heather quickly. Heather, what have you got?
Hey, Drew. Well, we talked in the first half about that good stat for the Rowdies. When scoring first, they are 6-1-1 this season. Well, when they are leading at halftime, they are 4-1-0. So another good statistic in the Rowdies' favor. We heard Coach Collins say at halftime, you know, if it's a high-scoring game, he just hopes that those goals in the second half are for the Rowdies, guys.
Yeah, certainly. This one will sail out of bounds. We're going to tell you about power rankings, too. Which teams are hitting top gear as the league comes down the stretch in the race for the 2018 USL Cup playoffs. We'll find out every Monday evening with USLsoccer.com Power Rankings. It's USLsoccer.com Power Rankings week in and week out. Right now, the Rowdies not really worried about that. They're worried about getting a win and 3 points and getting back on track.
Yeah, one of the best philosophies I learned from our coaches, you can divide the game in two halves. You want to win each half, so they did a good job winning the first half. So treat this like a totally new game. It's a 0-0 game. You want to put one in the back of the net, you know, but the best thing for them right now is to play good, sound, solid defense and keep the ball.
And I say that, Eddie, because a lot of diehard Rowdies fans, I've heard them, and you've heard them, of course, say, well, we're still in the thick of the playoff race. That is true, but I think main thing right now is just connect the dots, get the chemistry rolling, and get this team rolling again.
Yeah, you definitely have to take it one game at a time, and I think the Rowdies definitely have a good chance to still make it to the playoffs, but you got to worry about the game at hand right now. Worry about the game tonight, and then we'll worry about next weekend. And that philosophy is going to bring you results, because you can't worry about things you don't control, especially in the future. You got to worry about the now, the present.
This ball sent in inside the 18. Double marked Mizell with plenty of help that time. Picks it up and slides it over to Porter. Cal Porter just signed last week, playing pretty good right back tonight for Tampa Bay. Dominic Aduro is playing like a veteran as a Rowdies midfielder beyond his years, only 23, showing great promise there in that spot. And now here's Cole. He gets tripped up, and a very frustrated Matt Turn, who was beat. And that should be a yellow.
Absolutely, and you see why Joe Cole, there's the yellow. You see why Joe Cole is so clever. He got around two players, and then he drew the foul. Now you can stop the flow of the play. This is a good set piece. Take your time, go numbers up, put players in the box, and decide what you're going to do. You see him right here, weaving in and out the two players, and then very clever right there, draws the foul, and even better, gets Mats with the first, actually yellow. Look at that contact in the box.
Here's Cole now. Sending one high, a little bit wide. Hristov. And the Rowdies, let's see, they will. Don't think they'll have a corner kick.
Actually, Georgi Hristov is right, though. The ball went off. Venegas was the last player who touched it. Georgi was looking for a corner kick because he never touched the ball.
Tyler Pasher for Indy. Visitors now try to build from the back here in the 58th minute. Rowdies with a 2-1 lead. One thing of note for Tampa Bay, Hunter Gorski for the first time this year not in the starting 11. This ball down the pitch, shot, and Mizell with an unreal denial. Cody Mizell isolated and comes up big that time for Tampa Bay.
Cody Mizell with an outstanding save, and he actually saves the Rowdies because it's a great one-on-one by Jack McKierney right there with a great left-footed shot, and Cody Mizell stays high, stays strong, holds his ground, and just saves the Rowdies right there in that one-on-one.
That develops so quickly for Indy.
And you're going to start seeing this, Drew. Indy 11 is going to start going more direct as the game goes on.
Well, don't miss the 20th anniversary of the miseducation of Lauryn Hill with special guest Big Boy, Dave East, and Bambata Marley right here at Alang Live. Sunday, July 29th. Tickets 727-888-6000 or go to Ticketmaster.com. July 29th, mark that one on your calendar. It's Junior Fleming. And the Tampa Bay Rowdies work here with the lead. Mentioned Gorski not in the starting 11. Rowdies have not felt the effects yet up to this point. I mentioned Gorski not being there because he had played every minute for Tampa Bay this season. So certainly something the Rowdies are not used to, not having him along that back line. But they're making do right now. As Porter tries to collect. Pressured, sends it back. Rowdies keep possession.
And once again, courtesy of Joe Cole right there. No Dura in the middle. That's what you want. You want to keep the ball. Diakite. If it's not on, bring it back and you start again. Don't force it if it's not on. Something we talk about all the time, especially when you're trying to control the game in the tempo.
Trying to get passed through here, and offside's going to be called on McKierney, as that one was an easy call. Well, do you want to win tickets to a USL game of your choice? Show off how well you know the league every Tuesday morning in the USLsoccer.com Pick'em contest to have the chance to be a winner. USLsoccer.com's Pick'em contest.
Poku gets, actually Odora gets pushed from behind.
Let's check in with Heather.
Drew, it's a battle of two Scottish head coaches tonight with Neil Collins and Martin Rennie. And of course, a lot of eyes on Scotland this weekend with the Open Championship going on there. We asked Neil Collins today, has he been watching? He says, yes, of course. He's rooting for Tiger Woods. He says he has a soft spot for him. He loves to see him doing well, but he's also rooting for Justin Rose, says he'd love to see an Englishman win the British Open. Guys.
Waiting for Tiger to win that major once again. I think he's not too far away. Porter with the cross, still alive. Flemings trying to get it to Bonomo. Stefano roughed up inside the 6. We play on.
Great job by the Rowdies, though, just putting pressure in there inside the 18 to Indy 11. Now Bonomo with a yellow card. Great. It all started by a great cross by Kyle Porter off the right flank, looking for Georgi Hristov. And Stefano Bonomo trying to make contact right here.
That was purely contact inside the 6.
Yeah,
should have been a PK.
Yellow. He gets the yellow right there for that foul. You talk about the contact prior to that.
And it always seems like the referee is going to get the second one, right?
Absolutely.
Not the first one.
Yep. It's always the second that gets, you know, when you see a confrontation, is the third player that arrives that always gets the first yellow.
Tough break for Stefano Bonomo. Does have a goal here in the 12th minute for the Rowdies tonight. Joe Cole. There's Tyler Pasher. Montgetta now slow things up for Indy 11. Indy 11's nickname, the Boys in Blue. Coming off a 2-1 loss to Charleston 10 days ago. Fresh legs coming in here tonight, but the conditions much different than they're used to up in the Midwest at Lucas Oil Stadium. They play in that huge football stadium up in downtown Indianapolis. Now this one going to be set down. Shot created and blocked that time. Matt Turn ran into Lakawecki, who was right in front of him.
Yeah, great job by Lakawecki, just clearing the ball right when he was getting ready to take the shot. Actually, he took a shot. Great rebound, though. You want to keep that pressure, stay close. You got to be able to touch him within an arm's length. That's when you're close enough to your forward. As we say, Drew, if you can't touch him, you don't have it. You're not tight enough. You're not close enough in that marking, especially inside the 18.
Venegas tosses it in. It's live inside the 18. Trying to get through, trying to draw contact in there. Nice try, but Starikov, who was flailing, trying to draw the attention of the official, not going to get the call here.
And great job by the referee because he's close enough. And the Starikov goes down. Referee pointing at the corner flag.
Ben Spees now the outswinger. Midfielder Cody Mizell on guard. Mizell played well tonight. Couple big saves for the Rowdies. This ball right in the middle of the box. Too many green and gold jerseys in there. Hristov clears. Long ball sent in. Left side. Here's McKerney. Straight back. Looking for the handball. Official's not going to buy that as Cole was in the vicinity.
And once again, you saw Cody Mizell in that corner, how he directs traffic. He tells players where to be and where to go.
There's Bonomo now. Lazy pass that time. Poku couldn't get to it. Here's McKerney now. McKerney tries to cross. Spees overruns it. Goes back to collect. Spees now. Tried the left-footed cross. And no damage done. Junior Flemings and the Rowdies now attacking.
Jack McKerney could have taken a shot for Indy 11.
Flemings, a key assist earlier tonight. You can see he's getting the attention of the Indy 11 defense right now. Well, we invite you to catch MOR's new Summer of Fun lineup featuring Tampa Bay's favorite comedies. First, the Goldbergs and Modern Family flip-flop, with Modern Family going to 5 and 5:30, the Goldbergs to 6 and 6:30, and Tim and Charlie switch things up with Last Man Standing to 8 and 8:30, with Anger Management moving to 9 and 9:30. It's all part of MOR's Summer of Fun.
Well, Drew, don't be surprised if the tempo of this game definitely drops in the next 10 to 15 minutes, especially for Indy 11. This is when you start experiencing some of those heavy legs. Dehydration start to set in. All the perspiration and all the sweat.
Looked like contact there. We're going to get the call. Hristov drew the contact. Looked like Montgetta, former Rowdy, was in the middle of it that time. Well, want to get key talking points from across the USL every week? Go to the Hat Trick with Kelsey Steele Monday evenings at the USL's Instagram account to stay in the know on what is going on around the league. Kelsey doing a great job with that week in and week out.
Good spot here for the Rowdies. Joe Cole plays early.
Porter tries to service one in. Poku goes to the ground. Flemings sends it back for Tampa Bay. Good patience displayed right there by the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Yeah, so much experience. Joe Cole saw the space right there. Georgi Hristov going into that channel. And rather than just drive the ball into the box for a 50-50 ball or a cross at that time, he chooses to keep the ball. And that's a sign of maturity. Of course, a player of the caliber like Joe Cole, he's got all the experience in the world.
Porter now sends it down. This will be a long service trying to get Bonomo. Bonomo's such a big target. You can hit him from any spot on the field.
It's a great idea, though, by Georgi Hristov. Saw Stefano Bonomo with a good run. And Bonomo, just talk about being a big target. Great runs into the box, or he's going to post up to keep the ball to his feet. So he gave you those two variables. Very active going forward for the Rowdies.
Kyle Porter again has played well tonight. On the ground to Bonomo. Oh, Bonomo just could not get it to his feet and get a shot on that time. He was in great position, though.
And that's what I was talking about. You see that big target right there. Great idea by Kyle Porter, though. Splitting the two center backs, playing the ball to Bonomo, who wasn't able to bring the ball down such a tight space and pull the trigger inside the 18.
That is a very tough thing to do, right? You're running full speed, and that ball's coming from behind you at your feet full speed. Porter continues to survey the field for Tampa Bay. And now Hristov to Cole. Like this possession by the Rowdies. Zaduro with a little fancy footwork. And Tampa Bay keeps possession.
And once again, Drew, I like that combination. I like the 1-2 by Kyle Porter. Watch, every time he goes forward, watch what Stefano does. He's going to check into that gap, into that space. So all he's got to do is put a little bend on that ball. Play the ball into his feet.
Now moving forward is Lakawecki. The ball is moving tonight on the Rowdies side. Flemings back to Lakawecki. Tries to save it from heading to the end line and not going to do it.
So now the Rowdies are finding that space because now Indy 11 are struggling a little bit with the running, with the movement. You see Kyle Porter on the right wide open. You see Lakawecki on the left open as well.
And we're going to have our first match of substitutes about to enter the match. As you see, Michael Nanchoff set to come on for Tampa Bay. And number 4, Brad Ring, will enter for Indy 11. And substitutes tonight brought to you by K-Poc Marketing. K-Poc Marketing, a proud sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies. So Nano, one of the fan favorites, comes on for Tampa Bay. His leadership, his decision-making, so critical here down the stretch.
Oh yeah, very smart player, very clever. He's going to stay right in the middle. The question is he going to sit back a little more as a defensive center mid, or is he going to be attacking?
McCurney goes down, Jack McCurney. And a couple good opportunities tonight. And a yellow going to be issued to Joe Cole. That's the 7th yellow card on the season for Joe. Well, Counting Crows and Live are coming to Al Lang Tuesday, July 31st, with tickets starting at only $29.50. You can get yours by calling 727-888-6000 or by visiting Ticketmaster.com. Counting Crows, one of my favorite bands of all time.
You talk about your captain Joe Cole setting up, leading by example in that tackle, and I have no problem with yellow every once in a while. Just he's setting the tone even late in this game. You want to get your tackles in. You want to win your individual battles.
And Spees curls one in. Rowdy's side organized right now defensively. And guys like Bonomo, also Poku, not known for their defense, Eddie. These guys are moving around the pitch tonight. They are really wanting this win at home.
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at the movement, even Georgi Hristov made a 60-yard run, and he was battling for balls defensively inside the 6. And that tells you the commitment by the Rowdies all the way from their forwards. Seen a couple of times Stefano Bonomo playing defense, checking all the way back to the center line. I'm gonna tell you, if your forwards are playing defense and winning tackles, that's gonna spread around throughout the team.
Hristov now to Bonomo. Stefano, good tempo tonight. Here's the shot taken off the fingertips of Williams. nearly got by for the third Rowdies goal.
And once again, all of this, Drew, happens because it's great movement on and off the ball by the Rowdies players. They're switching the point of attack. They're finding each other's feet. There's that chemistry that we talked about. And watch this set piece right here. Ball goes to the left. Oh, that could have been in. Great job by the goalkeeper, though, on a full extension.
It was Nanchoff and his fresh legs getting that shot on for the Rowdies. First shot Tampa Bay has had in quite a while.
It looked like Williams, the goalkeeper, wasn't going to get to that ball. You bring a good point, Drew. Nanchoff with fresh legs. He's the one who's got to be making runs up and down. Comes in with a full tank of oxygen.
How about Kyle Porter? Crowd loving this. Porter looking very comfortable on that right side for the Rowdies tonight. Cole will switch the point of attack. Flemings will collect. Junior Flemings already with a huge assist. That shot gets denied.
Great job by Kyle Porter, just taking players on.
Lakawecki, Flemings open for a moment. Now Nanchoff trying to put it in motion. Hristov tries to keep it alive. Cole will send on a blast. And this one sails way high.
The Rowdies putting pressure on Indy 11 going forward. And it's all right as long as everything finishes on a shot on a chance. Joe Cole with a very difficult shot. So that's what happens when you put pressure on the defensive side. They start giving the ball away. Now you can control the game. You can bring the ball once again. Keep the ball moving. Make them run.
Max Lakawecki with Rio. Salt Lake before coming here to Tampa Bay. He signed on January 30th. He's played well tonight along that back line for the Rowdies. There's Aduro trying to keep it on the Rowdies side. Cole going down. Now Indy 11 try and control things. A foul could be called in the center circle on Nanchoff. 66th minute here in downtown St. Pete. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez. Welcome back Heather Donnelly after the long layoff. Legend Blake also with us in the pregame. Rowdies trying to fend off Indy 11 after building a 2-0 lead. It's been cut in half, but still leading 2-1 here in the 67th. Heather Donnelly giving birth to beautiful baby girl Charlotte. We've had a chance to meet her. She's been sleeping both times she's met us, Eddie, but isn't she something else?
Oh, she's great, and of course we're delighted to have Heather back.
Certainly missed her. Being part of this Rowdies franchise over the past 3 years. As Indy 11 will now toss it in. Tyler Pasher. Rowdies fans hungry for a win tonight. They have been great since the start. Now it's Nanchoff and those fresh legs trying to win the ball. Nano really taking things into his own hands. That is aggressive play you love to see.
But that's a good idea, though, because he's trying to go forward. That's a professional foul, 70 yards away from your goal. So now you stop the momentum of Indy 11 coming out of the back with the ball under control. And you're going to keep at least a minute and a half off the clock.
Seth Moses checks in for Indy 11. Juan Guerra. His night is through.
Very dangerous player right here. You got to keep an eye on him. Once again, he comes in. Another big guy for Indy 11. Juan Guerra goes out. He had a pretty good game.
And all substitutes tonight brought to you by K-Poc Marketing. K-Poc Marketing. Proud sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Seth Moses is going to play on that right flank for Indy 11. At some point, I'm anticipating that head coach Martin Green is going to try to go with 3 forwards and try to tie this game.
Lakawecki win that one for the Rowdies. Far side now, Indy 11 trying to create another chance. This ball sent on, and Tammy Candawari in the right spot.
Great job by Tam just staying with the runner and just stepping in front and winning the ball in the air. Georgi Hristov and Joe Cole just icing the ball, keeping it.
Bonomo tries to turn, and that's an easy foul. And could be a yellow as Carl Ouimet tripped him up that time. I don't believe we're going to have any discipline here, but the Rowdies will have it in a pretty good spot.
Great job once again by Stefano Bonomo checking into the space. Joko plays him, and he just great ball plays himself into space to draw the foul.
This will be Michael Nanchoff now, the set piece.
Nanchoff with a left foot in swinger. He's got great targets in the box. Diakite, Bonomo.
Diakite, airborne, Flemings. And now Nanchoff. Cole circling. Hristov switches point of attack. Here's Porter. Porter, great job keeping the ball tonight. Building out of the back for Tampa Bay. Player is down though. Looks like Poku.
It's Diakite actually. He might be cramping. Now let's not forget, he's a new player for the Rowdies who's not used to the Florida weather yet.
Yeah, that is Diakite in obvious pain right now. Hopefully it is just a cramp. And Rowdies fans, you can watch Joe Cole, Georgi Hristov, and the rest of the Tampa Bay Rowdies, Dominic Aduro and company, defending the home turf. Next week, Saturday, July 28th, is the New York Red Bulls 2 come to town. And live on this TV, Tampa Bay, pregame at 7 o'clock, game time 7:30, as this TV continues to be your broadcast home for Rowdies soccer.
And you see that discussion between Junior Flemings and Williams, the goalkeeper, having a chit chat while everybody else hydrates.
Hydration certainly critical, and sometimes you don't realize it until it's too late. I mean, there are certain games in humidity like this, you can shed about 5-6 pounds.
Oh, absolutely.
Easily.
Especially if you're an outside player, 6 to 7 pounds per match, just pure water.
Scores from around the league. North Carolina on top of Toronto. They go on and win that one 3-1. Ottawa continues to just sizzle. They are right now the surprise of the league. 10th place Eastern Conference and moving up. Struggling last year. Charleston 1-0 over Pittsburgh. Charleston going to come here on August the 8th. Atlanta and Richmond level at 1. So a draw there. FC Cincinnati trying to hang on and beat New York. That's a tough one there as Louisville City leading the Independents right now 1-0.
Well, some of those scores could actually benefit the Rowdies, especially if the score remains in this game.
Porter couldn't keep that one in. Now Indy 11 trying to attack quickly here. A little bit too quickly though, not organized, and the Rowdies will clean this one up. So 73rd minute, nearing the stretch run. Eddie, what does Tampa Bay have to do to hang on to this lead, possibly build on it and get out of here with 3 points?
Yeah, but you got to be careful though. You want to make sure you don't push the lines and you stay naked in the back and you give up a goal in transition. So you got to keep the ball. Once again, if the chance is on, play it. If not, just keep the ball. The score.
Little flick there. Cheeky move. Pasher now trying to drill one, and it sails just a little bit high. Mizell was waiting for it.
Yeah, difficult ball by Tyler Pasher though. Ball is bouncing, left foot shot. It's a good idea though, but you see how the ball just sails wide of the goal. See how comfortable Cody Mizell is in goal.
He really has looked under control tonight. Bonomo airborne. Indy 11. Trying to strike quickly once again. McKerney. And plenty of green and gold jerseys back in defense. Boy, the Rowdies defense just frantically getting back with tons of numbers that time.
Yeah, one of the things the Rowdies cannot afford to do Drew gets stretched out.
Look out here, Junior Flemings. Defender closing quickly.
That could have been the chance that the Rowdies were waiting for to ice this game. Talking about defensively not get stretched out, so when you send numbers forward, as you saw Flemings, Junior Flemings with a good chance on top of the 18, you got to make sure you keep numbers defensively. Joe Cole playing in the middle.
Not many chances for the Rowdies here in the second half offensively. Defense really digging in though as Junior Flemings continues to look for his opportunity. He's got an assist. Guarantee he wants a goal. Tries to hit Bonomo. It skates by him. Hristov tried to collect, and it should be a Rowdies corner kick, brought to you by Ashley Homestore.
And that's actually a great idea by Bonomo, though. Stefano was trying to leave the ball because he knew Georgi Hristov was right behind him. And you could tell he was trying to leave it. He made contact with the ball. That deflected the ball a little bit. Junior Flemings with a good cross, though. He knew he was by himself. He waited. He crossed the ball looking for Georgi Hristov, far post. And the Rowdies with another good chance in this corner kick.
Michael Nanchoff, the outswinger here. 75th minute corner by the Rowdies. Nanchoff, McAndawary with the header. Good idea. Tam was in position. Just not a lot of momentum behind that head.
Well, he knows he could have done better with that, especially when you sprint 60 yards to get to the box for a corner kick. He had a good view. Straight on header, and as you mentioned, not a lot of power behind it. You got to say yes to the ball so you can actually bring the ball down and not put it over the bar.
So many different options, though, for the Rowdies on set pieces. They look so much more dangerous here tonight moving forward. That will serve Tampa Bay really well in the second half of the year.
Great delivery by Nanchoff, though, off that left foot in swinger off the corner kick.
Right now over to Pasher. Pasher dangerous here in the second half. Rowdies on the ground. And that one cleared by Diakite, trying to shake off the cramps. Matt Watson will flick back to him. Watson gets it in, skates by Pasher to track it down. Rowdies scrambling just a little bit. Joe Cole on guard. Pasher trying to drill one, and it's off the foot of Aduro.
And you see the numbers by the Rowdies inside that 18. All of them playing defense, stayed nice and compact in the middle. You don't want to give Indy 11 that gap in the middle for anybody to play that penetrating ball, getting it back for a shot right outside the 18.
Indy 11 trying to draw level here in the 77th minute. Another ball nice and high. Rowdies avoid danger once again. Here's Nanchoff. Nanchoff has been a bit of a spark off the bench. Slides it to Junior Flemings. Flemings again with lots of space to work with. A couple defenders recover. Junior flicks it off him as it goes off of ring. It'll be another Ashley Homestore Rowdies corner.
I tell you what, Drew, Nanchoff has been phenomenal ever since he came into this game. He took the ball all the way from the 18, dribbled 4 players from Indy 11. And here you have it, winning another corner kick for the Rowdies.
So Ashley Homestore corner kicks racking up here in the second half for Tampa Bay. Let's see if they can cash one in for a goal. Nanchoff will deliver once again. Hristov already with a goal tonight. Oh, McAndawary collects this one a little late. Bonomo was there. The Rowdies will throw it in on the far side. Well, here as we approach the end of regulation, looks like Bonomo could be the next one to head out for Tampa Bay.
And he's had a great game, Drew, not only offensively with a goal, but everything he's done defensively. He's made some great runs, sacrificing some of those runs, some of those recovery runs. So a player who's really run the whole time, whether it's offensively or defensively.
And we will have a substitute, and it will be Bonomo, who is coming out. And coming in is Afrin Taku, another newly signed Rowdy, the Albanian. And what a night for Stefano Bonomo. Scored the first goal for Tampa Bay. And you know, you have one of those nights where you're officially a Rowdy. This was his night.
Absolutely. You can tell he's not happy about coming out, and that's a good sign, though. Nobody likes to be taken out of a game, and now that you're mad, but you want to continue the game, you want to finish the game. That's a good sign.
All substitutes tonight brought to you by K-Poc Marketing as Bonomo exits here in the 79th minute. Rowdies trying to get 3 points here.
Definitely a great game by Stefano Bonomo.
Speed switches point of attack. It's Pasher now. Has been a threat along that left side, but right there with him, the fresh legs of Taku.
And that's actually one of the reasons why Neil Collins brings him in this late with about 11 minutes left in this game. You can play a little more defensive, bring fresh legs so you can actually run back, tackle, and win those individual battles.
Rowdies on guard. Taku in the middle. And Mizell once again uses his athleticism to bring that one down. We see Cody in practice work day in and day out. All that hard work coming off, paying off tonight. Like this one back, Taku not expecting it.
It's a great idea by Junior Flemings, though. Taku, as you mentioned, was not expecting that give and go. Junior Flemings, another player by the Rowdies who's had a great game. He's put in definitely a lot of miles today.
Moses losing it. And Manchoff. And the Rowdies getting possession once again. Well, catch sizzling hot summer movies 24 hours a day on This TV Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay's first premier broadcast movie channel, featuring films from the world-famous MGM library. Playing for you all day. This TV Tampa Bay, the official broadcast home of Rowdies soccer.
Joe Cole with a good block. Mizell not able to get it off that line. Corner kick for Indy 11.
On that last sequence, you saw perhaps a glimpse of a little bit of tired legs. So if the Rowdies can get a quick breather as Mizell defends his goal once more. Ben Spees, the in-swinger on this corner. This one sent. Far post, foot on it. And it's just to the right. Mizell comes up, lets his defense know.
Absolutely, Drew, you and I always talk about the importance in the first and the last 5 minutes of each half, because mentally that's when you're tired. Mentally that's when you can give something up because you're not paying attention. Fatigue sets in, dehydration. So that's why you see Cody Mizell reacting that way, especially the last 9 minutes of this game. You want to finish this game all the way to the 90th plus minute. See this game throughout.
And another Rowdies player down. This could be cramping once more. Well, he is having a rough go of it here late and getting a dose of this Central Florida heat the hard way.
Yeah, and he's a big man as well. A lot of weight to carry, and once again, you can tell he gives you that signal where he can't go anymore, and he's cramping up, and that's definitely dehydration setting in, and it's too late. Even if you drink water right now, it doesn't. You need electrolytes, and it's not going to affect. It's not going to help you right away.
Diakite, assisted by his teammates, has played his heart out tonight, realizing the importance of this match against Indy 11, and Rowdies looks like will go to their bench once again. So it looks like Hunter Gorski, who did not start the match after playing every minute of this season until tonight. Gorski's going to come in at just the right time to replace Pape Diakite.
Yeah, Pape Diakite with a great game defensively for the Rowdies. He's definitely imposed that big frame of his defensively.
Gorski leads the Rowdies in clearances with 50, 34 interceptions also on the year. Diakite can certainly use the breather. And this substitute brought to you by K-Poc Marketing once again. And Gorski will enter here in the 84th.
Yeah, and Hunter Gorski has to come in with a mentality of you clear everything out of the back. You got to win your tackles going forward. You got to stay home. You don't have to go forward. You got to maintain this score right now. But defensively, you have got to win everything inside that 18 and outside as well.
Hunter Gorski. Has 1 goal on the year. That came in the Toronto game. 3 yellow cards with it. But I guarantee you one thing, he is not going to get tired throughout the rest of this match. He is the Iron Man for the Rowdies.
Of course, a player with a lot of experience for the Rowdies. He's used to being in the thick of things.
Rowdies need his stamina right now to come through. Whistle. Tampa Kendawiri favoring his right shin.
Kendawiri, another solid defender for the Rowdies. He's just been so strong ever since he came into the starting 11. What I love about him, he's got the ability to drive the ball. If you remember, Drew, he had that great assist when Schaefer's last game. And of course, Schaefer connected with Georgi Hristov. Far post.
Lakawecki tries to keep this one alive. Now Venegas will get things organized for Indy 11. 85th minute. Tampa Bay trying to hang on, possibly get an insurance goal here.
Yeah, right now for the Rowdies, you don't want to take any risks going forward unless it is just absolutely on. Right now, you got to worry about just keeping your defense.
Spees sends one on, and again, Mizell reacting quickly to it.
That's the security that Cody Mizell brings you in the back, especially late in this game. Experience comes into play. He's going to bring everybody out of the back, and this is when you start punting the ball. Keep that ball as far away from your goal as possible.
Last few minutes, you can sort of see in the body language, the Rowdies are kind of in hang-on mode. Got the 2-1 lead. 3 points on the table. Try and just take care of business here the last few minutes. There's going to be considerable extra time also on the way. Cannot afford any mental mistakes here.
And believe it or not, Drew, this is when most things happen in the game. We saw so many goals in the World Cup in stoppage time after the 90th minute. So this is when you have to stay focused mentally. I know physically you've been running, so mentally you have to stay on top of your game. You have to stay close to your player and mark a little bit tighter than normal.
Now here's Brad Ring. Sends one right side. Indy 11, numbers up top. And we're going to have a corner kick as it went off the elbow, looked like, of Lakawecki.
Tell you what, a great ball by Tyler Pasher from Indy 11. Just switching point of attack on a dime, a driven ball on a dot.
Ben Spees again to send one on to the visitors. Spees again, and there's Mizell with a brilliant save. Cody Mizell saving perhaps a goal as Mitchell was in a great spot to head it in. And Cody a little shaken up after that exchange.
Yeah, once again, Cody Mizell comes up huge for the Rowdies. Catching that ball, that cross at his highest point. A little bit of contact with one of the forwards from Indy 11. But if there's a player in this whole defensive side by the Rowdies who's going to stay cool, calm, and collect, it's that guy right there. Cody Mizell with a lot of experience, a lot of minutes in that goal.
Rowdies needed a good performance tonight from their keeper. Cody Mizell has delivered. Caduro. Rowdies trying to secure things. 88th minute from Al Lang Stadium. A win would give the Rowdies 25 points on the season. Junior Flemings threatening once again. Runs into a defender, and the run ends there.
Yeah, I think Junior Flemings is running out of gas, but got a good chance one-on-one on top of the 18. That's when you got to turn on the jets and separate yourself from that defender and possibly get a shot off.
Pasher. He's really giving the Rowdies fits along that left side. Again, Joe Cole deals with him this time. And also Taku.
Yeah,
he's kind of defending him, marking him by committee.
Yeah, Tyler Pasher, one of the better players from Indy 11. So dynamic. He's been running the entire game. And even in the 88th minute, he's still making runs out of the back.
Georgi Hristov, the interception. Hristov now. And Nedjoff. Hristov, left side. Georgi Hristov, little flick. Fleming's the header! Goal!
Outstanding job by the Rowdies. We talked about keep the ball when you have it, but when it's on, go forward. Georgi Hristov with 1-2 on top of the box, and how about that cross right into the path of Flemings. Junior Flemings gets up high and puts this game away for the Rowdies. Outstanding header to the far post. Williams cannot get to the ball, and just like that, the Rowdies go up 3-1.
What a night for Junior Flemings. An assist, and now his 4th goal of the season, coming off the header in the 90th minute.
What a night for Georgi Hristov as well, with the 2nd goal and now the assist for the winning goal.
Now, here's the bad news. 7 minutes of stoppage time. That's the most stoppage time we've had at a game this year at Al Lang Stadium.
Yeah, but guess what? Now Indy 11 really has to go forward and try to start dumping balls in the box, because now you have to make up 2 goals. Not 1, but 2. And then you still have to worry about Cody Mizell, who's been absolutely tremendous tonight for the Rowdies. So all you got to do for the Rowdies, sit back. They're coming to you. You don't have to go forward. You're up by 2. Eyes the time. Every time the ball is out of bounds, you can shave 20, 30 seconds.
Now it's Venegas. Indy 11 trying to get a quickie here. Venegas goes short with it. Keep it inside the 18. Now try and send one in. Rowdies stay off him just a bit. Venegas, nice little spin move there, and right in traffic. And luckily, lots of traffic in there. Gets lost. Oh, how about Mizell? Wow.
I told you, you're going to have to pass him to score another goal. Absolutely tremendous save by Cody Mizell. Talk about reflexes right there.
Another one coming on, and Cody punches it out. Tremendous soccer we're seeing tonight by several men in green and gold. Junior Flemings not done just yet. Oh, nasty takedown there.
That's got to be a card for sure. Taking down from behind. And he's lucky that's not a red, because if he would have been the last player on the breakaway, Junior Flemings, very smart, was going towards the outside just to keep the ball.
Crowd wanted a red, and I think they deserved one here. Junior Flemings. Oh, wow. That's
a bad tackle right there.
Oof.
That's a good way to hurt someone.
Take a look at the save on the other end, though. How about Cody Mizell? He has made some wicked saves tonight.
Oh, point blank shot right there. And look at Cody Mizell with a great intervention. Right glove, just tipping the ball over the bar for a great save on Mizell.
This is one happy Al Lang Stadium at the moment. Rowdies getting an insurance goal. Hristov to Flemings. And the 90th minute. Rowdies trying to finish this one off in style. Pasher switches the point of attack now. Boys in blue inside the 18. That one's going to sail high.
And that's exactly what the Rowdies want to do. Pack the middle. Don't give them those channels. If they want to take shots, let them have them from 30 out. From there, Cody Mizell is going to have enough time to see the ball, the path of the ball, where he can react to it.
It's been such a up and down season for Cody Mizell and the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Mizell's dealt with his share of adversity. It's just so good to see him thrive tonight. I mean, he could be the player of the match. I know Junior Flemings has been spectacular. And Hristov and Bonomo, but Mizell, he got that wall in the net. That guy who is hot, it seems like the rest of the team feeds off that.
Well, he's definitely defensively, he's definitely the player of this game because he brings you that notion that no matter what, he's not gonna let you down. Well, of course, offensively, we had some, tremendous players. Stefano Bonomo and Georgi Hristov with a goal and assist, and also Junior Flemings with a goal and 2 assists, actually.
Rowdies will throw it in on that far side. We're in the middle of 7 minutes of extra time. Rowdies had a 2-1 lead at halftime, stayed that way for most of the way. Lakawecki will toss it in. A late goal by Junior Flemings has given the Rowdies a 3-1 margin.
And that's another player who's got a great game, Lakawecki.
Joe Cole will let it rip. It's just off to the left. Cole loves that spot. When he's got space, he is not bashful.
And you know what? Absolutely, he should take a shot from there because you never know. You heard that saying, if you don't shoot, you don't score. And every time he's around that, he's going to let it go. If you look at what he's done in his career, a lot of those goals that he has scored.
Ball turned over. Indy 11 now, top of the 18, passing a little bit off point from the visitors, scrambling to try and just at least get one before heading to the showers.
Yeah, and this is when Indy 11 is just going to start dumping balls in the box, hoping for something, a flick, or there it is.
Spies, good service that time, but Mizell could knock it down easily. Cody Mizell, what a night. Rowdies are going to certainly look at this game tape after tonight, pick out a lot of things that they want to build on, because if the Rowdies could play like this, Eddie, and establish this type of chemistry, this is a playoff team.
Well, so many positives that you can draw out of tonight's game, but I think the best one and one of the better ones is the fact that they play well together offensively and defensively as well. I think that the players are coming around right into what the coach Neil Collins is trying to do. He's trying just to put players who like to go forward out of the back and score some goals, create chances out of the back, and defensively just solid performance out of the back.
Indy side, only 2 losses on the road this year. They've been road warriors. Rowdies a little bit too much tonight here in downtown St. Pete. Asher with a lot of room to work with. This ball is going to sail. Now Moses, who checked in late. Duro all over the place. And the flag will go up, and that is going to just about do it.
You see how composed the whole entire team is, just coming back. They're letting Indy 11 have the ball out wide in the perimeter and just take care of the crosses. Of course, when you have a goalkeeper like Cody Mizell with the type of game he's having, you know that all you got to do is just stay with your player, win your challenges, and he'll clean up the rest.
The Tampa Bay Rowdies look like their old selves at home here tonight, playing indestructible soccer. 3-1 the final score. They take down Indy 11. Rowdies led pretty much the entire way. And Cody Mizell, what an effort in the net for the home team. Tampa Bay back on the winning track.
Yeah, Drew, pretty much the perfect game for the Rowdies, other than that goal they gave up in the first half. But just defensively, starting with that man right there, Cody Mizell, he just, you know, defenders like Kyle Porter going forward, Pape Diakite, Lakawecki on the left, Joe Cole in the middle. And, you know, when you talk about players going forward like Poku, Bonomo, Georgi Hristov, and Flemings, you have a great team in the making.
Fans leaving the park extremely happy, and many expected to stick around for the autographs after this match. Okay, let's send it down to the pitch to Heather Donnelly.
Thank you, Drew. Coach, a big win for you, getting back to your winning ways here at Al Lang. How crucial was that tonight?
I said yesterday that it wasn't a must win. I didn't believe it was, but it was important that we won. It was important for the boys because they're honestly training so hard. They're playing hard. Is there things that they can improve on? Of course there is. There are always things that you can improve on. But they deserved a victory tonight. So I'm pleased that they got that. Hopefully now we can get this group of players bedded in and just try and get better and better.
Yeah, after all the adversity that you've had to deal with, how nice is it now that you can kind of settle in with this group of guys and really push forward to the end of the season?
Yeah, it's really important. As I said before, it wasn't something I expected to do. 2 or 3 additions, yes, perhaps. Not the amount of additions we've had to make. But now we've got a good group of players. We've got, maybe 18, 19 players that we can select from. And then once people like Pape and Poku get more games under the belt, we'll get better.
All right, thanks, Coach. Guys.
All right, the Rowdies looking for the right 11 heading into this match against Indy. After a 3-1 victory, I think they found it. Post-game show right after this on This TV Tampa Bay.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
Years and counting. Counting grows. The 25-year celebration. Special guest live. July 31st, Al Lang Live. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and by phone. 727-888-6000. Counting grows with Live. 25 years and counting.
Rowdies fans awaiting their favorite team after a complete team effort tonight as Tampa Bay takes down Indy 11, 3-1, the final score. Great to have you with us, everybody, here in the postgame show. Drew Felios with Eddie Rodriguez. Is probably the best Rowdies effort here at Al Lang since a win over Ottawa back in early April. That one was a 5-0 victory. This a 3-1 victory. Eddie, it was a total team effort.
It was, because offensively, of course, they were dynamic. They were able to put 3 in the back of the net. And defensively, they only gave up 1. But you know what? Cody Mysil was phenomenal tonight in goal.
So many highlights to choose from tonight. Indy 11, Tampa Bay Rowdies. And the Rowdies trying to get busy here. Junior Flemings, the interception, and the rest is history.
They started early. Flemings kicks it into a new gear. Great ball to the far post. Stefano Bonomo signs his first goal as a Rowdy. The Rowdies go up 1-0 and the score.
Flemings the assist. Bonomo the finish. Pumped up in front of the home crowd. And then just minutes later, Flemings again making things happen. Sends a ball in, and it's off the face of Georgi Hristov.
We talked about right place in the right time. Georgi Hristov sacrificing a little bit of pain in the face to make it 2-0 for the Rowdies.
Indy 11, though, comes right back. This one very quickly, right in front of the goal. Mizell couldn't get to it.
Just when you think Indy 11 is coming back, you see Cody Mizell not happy about that effort. Georgi Hristov goes down the line. Great cross to the far post. Junior Flemings to put the icing on the cake for the Rowdies wing. 3-1 on the score.
Junior Flemings had himself a night. 2 assists, 1 goal. And the Rowdies would move on to get the win 3-1 and a big 3 points. Look at possession. Indy 11, they threatened for most of that second half. The Rowdies were playing defense, Eddie.
Yeah, the difference is it all started defensively for Cody Mizell, and the 4 in front of him were tremendous. You know, so the shots look the same, but the difference is Cody was phenomenal in the back. Everything he touched was safe, very secure out of the back, and that's why they were victorious.
All right, so much to talk about after this victory, 3-1, and we'll continue to do just that when we return to Al Lang Stadium in downtown St. Pete.
This is St. Pete Clearwater, home to Clearwater Beach, the #1 beach in the U.S. as chosen by travelers on TripAdvisor. It's not just white sand and Gulf breezes. Beach is an attitude. It's the vibe of whatever brings you joy. Experience the American tropics on Florida's Gulf Coast. Visit stpclearwater.com. Love the beach.
In the Tampa Bay area, the weather can change in an instant. Especially during storm season, it pays to stay on top of it. That's what makes the free TBO weather app so indispensable. You can track approaching storms with animated radar that zooms to your location. And you can click on the future radar button to see where the weather is heading. Don't get caught in the rain. Download TBO Weather today. Go to tbo.com/weather to get started.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baycare's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
If you're new in town and working on your dreams and you don't know what you need, we got the perfect plan for you. My Blue, we are here for you, for you, for you. We're Florida Blue. Don't you worry now, 'cause you don't have to. Here we always say we got you. We are here for you. This is your home, Florida Blue.
Three to 1, the final score. Tampa Bay Rowdies over Indy 11. The post-game celebration continues here at Al Lang Stadium. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez, and what a night it was for Junior Flemings. Couple assists and a late goal to clinch it for Tampa Bay. And Junior right now is standing by with our own Heather Donnelly. Heather, take it away.
Thanks, Drew. Yeah, Junior, big night for you. 2 assists and a goal. What clicked out there for you guys tonight?
I mean, we were going through a really rough patch, and I know it was going to come down to us, like individuals to just be man enough about the situation and try to turn things around, and I think tonight we really come together as a group and decided that, hey, this is going to be the turning point, and we really went out there and grinded it out tonight.
Yeah, what's the significance of this win? Because I know it's the middle of the season, it's just another game, but this one feels a little bit special tonight.
Well, yes, I mean, we've faced a lot of, adversities, and change of coach. A lot of guys being injured, not of the right personnel for the games and stuff, so it's been a rough month and a half, and we just have to grind and just put all of that together and know that when we step on the pitch, it's soccer,
All right, thanks, Junior. Guys.
All right, Junior Flemings, we're so happy for him after what he has been through this year. A lot of chances in the first half of the season that did not go his way, went to the bench even, but now he's like a new player playing with confidence, and he got it done. This was the Lunazul Tequila shot of the game, the header from Georgi Hristov.
Great job by Georgi Hristov with a cross, and Junior Flemings just gets to the highest point to make it 3-1 for the Rowdies.
Eddie, you love to see hard work rewarded. You love to see guys go through a little bit of adversity and come through. Junior Flemings has done just that.
He's done that.
All right, Junior Flemings and the Rowdies victorious tonight. 3-1, the final score. The post-game party continues. We're back in just a moment.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
It's time to celebrate and save at Ashley Home Store's anniversary sale. Save 35% on furniture and mattresses. Or get 72 months no interest on new styles to celebrate your home. Going on now at America's #1 furniture and mattress store. Hurry in and save at Ashley Home Store.
Rowdies continue to celebrate with their fans after an impressive 3-1 victory over Indy 11. And one of the players that was key in this victory was one of the new Rowdies, Stefano Bonomo. He's used to scoring against the Rowdies tonight. Heather, he was on our side and he came up big.
Yeah, definitely, Drew. One of the newest Rowdies here, Stefano Bonomo. You scored your first goal in green and gold. What was it like? And take me through that play.
Thank you. Yeah. We were defending in our little block, and the right back had the ball, and Junior was ready to pounce if any missed ball was played, and of course the ball went right to him. He drove forward like he usually does, and I saw him from the left side, and I just had to sprint and get as close to goal as possible, and I knew he'd find me. And once he found me, I knew all I had to do was just get it on target and get it past the keeper.
A really solid overall team performance tonight. How important was this one to help turn things around and get things going for the rest of the season?
Yeah, it's huge. I think you can start to see that the team's starting to click. I mean, there's obviously a lot of new guys, so the chemistry is starting to build, and you can see that tonight. I think as the game progressed, we got better, and I think it's only going to get better, and I think this is a good game to turn the corner.
All right, thanks, Stefano. Thank you. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much, Heather. Again, his first goal as a Tampa Bay Rowdy, but his 4th goal of the season. Eddie, he's been doing this for a long time. He did it for New York Red Bulls too, and now we're so happy to have him on our side.
Yeah, he's been great. So much experience, and watch this run. Starts with Flemings, but he makes a great run off of that, knowing that, as he said, I know he was going to find me. Well, he found him, and how about that finish? Left foot to the near post, one-timer for his first goal as a Rowdy.
24 goals since year 2015 for Bonomo, so hopefully many more to come in green and gold. Tonight, the Rowdies hopefully start sort of a new era of winning and getting back in the playoff push where they belong. 3-1, the final over Indy 11, and we've got more right after this.
If you're new in town and working on your dreams and you don't know what you need, we got the perfect plan for you. My Blue, my Blue. We are here for you, for you, for you. We're Florida Blue. Don't you worry now, 'cause you don't have to. Here we always say we got you. We are here for you. This is your home, Florida Blue.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business. Always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Best tailgate, brisket.
No, real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Dude, subs.
Hot dog.
Chili dog.
No, Dodger dog.
It's gotta be crawfish.
Now you're talking. Burgers.
7-layer dip. Ribs. No contest.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill.
And an ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day.
Race day.
Calls for Coke. You know it.
Grab yourself a Coke.
It's Tailgate 101.
Three to one, the final score. The Rowdies side taking home 3 points tonight after taking down Indy 11, a team that has been very good on the road this year. Drew Felios with Eddie Rodriguez. We're going to take a look now around the league, see some of the scores from around the USL. We're also going to take a look at some of the standings as well. First, the scoreboard, though. North Carolina FC 3-1 over Toronto. Also, Ottawa continues to be hot. Louisville City 4-1 over Charlotte Independence. Another score certainly worth mentioning. FC Cincinnati continues their winning ways as well. So those are the scores from around the league. The Rowdies trying to inch up in those standings. Those are up-to-date standings. If they can get another win next week, they're right back into the thick of things.
Yeah, you know, it's about them coming together. They showed it tonight. They can continue adding points, and right now it's about taking one game at a time. Keep adding points whether you're home and away, and you're going to keep climbing that ladder.
All right, playing the New York Red Bulls, too, next week as well. So a win will be huge for Tampa Bay. There's a look at the schedule over the next month. The big home game with Red Bulls, to a team that has really doomed the Rowdies in the past. Then heading to Ottawa, hosting Charleston and North Carolina FC as well on August 11th. So lots of key matches coming up for the Rowdies, including this one. Next Saturday, New York Red Bulls 2 comes to Al Lang Stadium. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. with Lyndon and Heather and the pregame show. And we'll be ready for the call as well. So, Eddie, final thoughts. Rowdies back on track at the moment.
I think they were great tonight. They played the perfect game. They gave up one goal, but other than that, defensively, Cody Mycel was phenomenal. And offensively, something Neil Collins has been trying to do, bring in the right pieces of the puzzle so the Rowdies can create some good soccer going forward. Scoring goals, they did it all tonight.
All right, Bonomo, a huge goal. Hristov, another one. Flemings caps it off for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did. For Eddie Rodriguez, for Heather Donnelly, for Lyndon Blake, and our fabulous crew here at Al Lang Stadium, I'm Drew Felios. The Rowdies back on the winning track. 3-1. They get a key victory over Indy 11. It is time now for the much-anticipated match in 5.